Hey, Earl, how come we're taking this whole load of beer up to Oregon? Don't they have enough beer in Oregon?
Oh, ain't that, Vern? I think it's probably we got too much beer in California. Uh-oh.
Hey, keep on trucking. All of you truckers out there, and you're listening to KLAD. Round of applause.
Where you fellas going with all that beer?
Oregon, here.
Well, you know this is the home of Bliss Weinhardt.
Uh-huh.
And it's brewed naturally without artificial ingredients.
Uh-huh.
Is yours? Well then, why would you fellas be bringing a whole load of that beer up here to Oregon?
Earl here says probably because we got too much beer in California.
If you're thinking about a better beer, think about Oregon's beer. There's no better beer than the beer from here.
Earl, want to try Idaho?
The best country in the country and the country's best beer.
This is the Portland Beer Club podcast.
So what did we decide? Which beer are we going with?
Well, I don't know.
I have a good
episode 98.
mystery to go with.
No, put that on pause. We need beer.
Oh, no, we're recording episode 98 of the Portland Beer Club podcast. Blah, 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 blah. It's the three of us, and we just got to hang out all day together yesterday. It was quite nice. Oh, we're opening our own? Oh, that co-hop's really good.
I figured you've had it, but I had to try it because it's a trap door. But we're going with something else first, looks like.
Oh, we're sharing that?
If you want,
yeah, let's share.
Don't have to, but it's.
Wait, don't we always share? Do we not share anymore?
I feel like we always share. Yeah, I took a little much then.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, we got.
How far does this sharing thing go, by the way?
Oh, let's just leave it with beers.
Sharing chicken?
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll just leave it with beers. I can take these.
So I shouldn't have had any of the food you gave us yesterday. Damn it.
Yeah, so we...
No, he's just going to expect payment.
We hung
of some
out
sort.
to watch Coach Prime take on a real college team yesterday. Turned out well for the Ducks. I was very happy. I was quite surprised.
I was very lopsided. I didn't expect it to be quite like that.
I thought Colorado was going to have some more points. Sorry, Jason.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Just starting with non-beer.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool that we got to hang out yesterday, and I was like seeing you guys. So, and now you're back in person.
Now you get to see us again.
Is this our third show back in person?
And then I'm coming back
Or
again
second
tomorrow.
And the
next
in person show.
Third, I think.
Third? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll believe you. I don't think
It's our
you're lying.
third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
These things always happen in threes.
So next show, we have no goddamn idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Freem, just their simple IPA, West Coast IPA.
Yeah, they're new. I think it's going to be like one of their new yearly offerings. Just the new red
Is it
can.
lower alcohol? It tastes low alcohol.
They've never had a just
Tastes like
West
it's like-
Coast IPA. They've had IPA, but
Maybe 6%.
6.8.
Nope,
they
it's
had-
it's a normal IPA.
Wow.
Beef, have they had a West Coast IPA? Like they specifically called it West Coast IPA?
I think maybe in bottles as little one-offs, like
Okay.
like they do with the Dank IPA and the
Okay,
Citrus
right,
IPA.
right. Okay.
I'm sure they had a West Coast in there
Gotcha.
at one point.
All right,
But now it's on. They're doing it on their canning line, and it's
this is good.
it's solid.
yeah,
Yeah.
like this. I'm drinking it on the heels of a fresh hop killer green from Double Mountain,
Oh.
so my mouth is a little overly hopped at the
Yeah.
moment. But
Yeah, this is pretty good.
It's good for a grocery store beer, right?
I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a cross between like an older school because the malt comes through a bit more than like a classic Northwest style IPA, but then it's got citrusy. No, it's citrusy on the hop side.
But there's no crystal. No crystal.
No,
malt.
there's definitely no crystal.
Thank goodness.
definitely
It's
not
a
wearing any crystal malts.
very clear pale beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Best thing about it.
Oh, you two were smarter than me. You both brought your water bottles with you. or
Oh,
glasses,
and
whatever.
classic beef. The date is smudged on the bottom. We have no idea how old this is.
it was this month. That's
How do
why
you know?
that's why I got it. Because I got a 6-pack. And
The other
cans.
ones weren't
And the
smudged.
six-pack
Gotcha.
told you it was new? or-
Yeah, it was talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. It's free, man. It'll be good.
914.
Oh yeah, that's super fresh.
So
Definitely don't have another can.
I'm gonna start,
Definitely.
I'm gonna start this episode off with a confession to you guys. I think I told one of you, if not both of you, but I'm gonna put it on record here.
Uh-oh.
Last show when we were doing secret our secret beers, and it was Beef's turn, I nailed it. I just nailed the hell out of the beer.
Oh yeah,
that
well you
was
lied.
his secret beer.
You told us after the show.
I told you guys after the
He
show.
cannot keep it from you though.
Wow, you're coming clean on
I
that.
gotta put it on the record, man.
Okay.
That I truly did not.
His conscience
guess
has
that
been
beer.
eating at him for the
I
last
saw
month.
Beef pull the neck out, and I knew that neck because I had just drank that beer like 2 days of
with the paper over it.
The paper striping saying.
What's the chance of that? Because that beer was like 4 years old, wasn't it?
But they do it every year.
Yeah, they do it every year, and it's
the
a very
same bottle every year.
recognizable.
Okay.
They put the little paper tape over the cap with like what
barrel
the
it's
variant
in.
is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I knew exactly what it was. So I
remember being blown away that you nailed that because like, I don't
was
know
a
how
little
the
bit
hell you
too.
got that.
because I never nail it. I never ever nail it. And see, I can't.
It's still pretty funny though to
I can't
let that one run.
Live with that lie like
Right?
that. So.
Well, it's a good thing because I think
Mislead our
if you weren't going to
listeners,
say
our
it, I was
valued
going to bring it
listeners.
up on the show right now.
Yeah.
Because it's just been eating at me for a month.
So let's jump right into because we forgot to do this last month, and because we always do a what makes a beer so good, and we pick a style of beer. This is Marcus's idea, and I really like it. And this month you've chosen fresh hops.
The last 2 months I've chosen it.
Well, yeah. Let's be real. Yeah, I guess actually you chose it last month. Huh? We're just drinking it now, or talking about it now. I'm drinking.
Yeah,
this
we
beer
sort
now.
of forgot to talk about it last month.
Yeah,
but
we
so
Didn't get to it.
the series is, basically to have you guys or us all talk kind of free form about what we like or maybe don't like or what we're seeking, in a fresh hop beer. And so usually to start this off, I like read off what like the BJCP guideline is or something like that. But there is no BJCP guideline for fresh hop beers. It's just any beer you want to add a fresh hop to, and that's it. So the definition, now there's also no stringent.
Before you go any further, what is the BGCP?
BJCP.
BJCP.
Yeah. It's the Brewers
Blowjob
Association.
Cop
It
prick.
is. Yep. Nailed it.
Blowjob cunt pussy.
Well,
According to my friends.
that's the
Yeah,
that's the
what I've
redefinition
heard.
back from 2003. They redefined it.
That's
They
the
redefined
definition
it.
of every 17.
It's more inclusive.
What's
Right, yeah.
what's the real definition?
Aren't those the 7 words you can't say on TV?
A couple of them.
It's a few of them, yeah. Oh, who was that? That was a comedy
Carlin.
bit.
Carlin, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The 7 dirty words you can't say on television. Yeah.
It's
I
the
think he
Brewers
expanded-
Association guidelines. For
Okay,
beers.
gotcha.
Yeah.
As he says them on TV.
Yeah.
Granted, it's HBO, but still. Over the airways.
So, anyways, fresh hop. So there's like actually no real definition even of like what is a fresh hop versus like a wet hop or something like that.
There are some
Oh.
rules. About,
There should be rules
I
because
think
I
there-
feel like there should be.
there are some
But there
like
aren't.
to be a fresh hop beer. There's a certain amount of hours that can go between
Well,
when they're picked to when they're actually used.
That's the theory,
Right.
is that to make it a fresh hop beer, you're supposed to take a hop picked from the vine within 24 hours, you use it in the beer.
yeah.
And so that makes it a fresh hop.
Right.
But that's not really stringent.
Which leads to a question that's a sidebar here on the whole topic. But and Beef, you probably know this answer more than the two of us.
Whoa.
Why?
Whoa.
God.
How
Thanks,
common
Beef.
are fresh hop beers in the Midwest and the East Coast?
Yeah, tell us.
Not at all.
Seeing
Yeah,
as how all the
that's
fresh
true.
hops
I've
are
never
pretty
heard
much
of
brewed
it
in the Northwest,
until
or not brewed, grown in the Northwest.
That's not true.
Most.
There is, well, no, there's
The majority,
one
yeah.
beer that I can think of that was a wet hop,
Yeah,
and that's the Sierra Nevada, like Southern Hemisphere,
but they probably
Beer.
got
Wet
their hops.
hop.
but wet hop.
Yeah.
But they could have gotten their hops somewhat fresh, theoretically.
Maybe.
Sierra Nevada's not
It
that
was-
far from the Pacific
Right,
Northwest.
yeah, but it's probably just that it was whole cone hops,
Yeah.
really.
What it means,
Non-dried.
that's the key.
Whole cone hops.
They were likely fresh hops that were then frozen and then used at a later date
Okay.
as whole cone hops that had not been dried. Because that's basically, just like with malts or whatever, when they want to preserve hops and reduce the vegetal matter, they kiln dry them. And then they, save off and pelletize them and whatever, turn them into oils or powders or whatever other methods brewers are using these days, inhaling them via vaping. I don't know. Anyways.
Vape juice.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
But yeah, so a wet hop, generally speaking, is like a hop that's a whole cone fresh hop, but they've frozen it and packaged it and shipped it to like
Cryo.
somewhere else, and then they unfreeze it and use
cryo.
it. So that's where you were saying so my buddy Roy in Austin, huge hophead, right? Loves IPA. That's basically all he drinks.
Yeah.
No fresh hop beers.
Nothing.
Ever. Nothing ever.
And you don't bother to ever send any to him as a friend.
No, I'm a dick.
Friend was in quotes. There were
Yeah.
really big air quotes there,
Yeah.
listeners.
Like how friendly do you have to be?
I mean, he's in
to do
Texas.
that?
I don't know. I've got
So
a
that's-
friend
that's
that
a
I
long
generally
distance.
on her birthday would send her fresh hop beer because her birthday was last week. So I didn't do it this year, but I for like the last 10 years I've been sending her fresh hop.
He would
beers.
rather come up here and just try
Who
them.
wouldn't?
And so he has once, and we've done that. But yeah,
Took him to
other
the Fresh
than
Hop Festival.
No, festivals. No, don't do that. Are you
Come on,
kidding
the
me?
river's not bad. That's a
Yeah, I
decent
would go
one.
to that.
The
Yeah.
one up in Yakima I heard is pretty
Oh,
stellar.
I bet that one's
Wherever
amazing,
Barley
yeah.
Brown's taking fresh hop palate
Sure.
jack, that's where you want to
Sure.
go.
Right?
Right.
So yeah, but he said every once in a while, like Pint House, his local brewery there, they'll put out a wet hop
Yeah.
of some sort, and they'll get hops shipped to them. But yeah, they never get a fresh hop out there.
But were fresh hop beers a thing out here a decade ago? Or 20 years
They
ago?
were, and that was going to be my next comment. I was just going to say that fresh hop beers now are so much better than they were 10 years ago.
And like the recipes are probably tailored specifically for those.
Yeah.
Well, I just think-
For the fresh hop versus like
Well, I think-
previously it would have been like just whatever their flagship was, but with fresh hops or something.
I think brewers have figured out how to not make them so grassy now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
remember,
for sure.
Remember we would go to the Portland Fresh Hop Festival.
3 or
like-
4 years ago,
like
yeah.
5 out of 20 were good, and the others were just like eating grass.
hay.
Yeah,
Yeah, grass
it
or
was bad.
hay, yeah.
Like they just didn't really know what they were doing.
I think
yet.
they've learned like because there used to be a point in time where we thought that like in order to be a fresh hop beer, you could only use fresh hops, and so they were putting fresh hops in the kettle, and
Everything.
then they're putting fresh hops in the dry hop, second, whatever they're doing,
overdoing it.
and it's like that just turned into
Like when I
vegetable
made
messes.
my dark CDA.
Yeah, well, some of those turned out okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not that one, but
That fresh hop, it was drinkable only because I didn't know what I was drinking.
yeah, that's fair.
I didn't quite
fair.
understand good beer yet, and I was like, "Well, this is really good," and I drank every one of them because I was
Yeah.
proud of it.
This
but
has a lot of
I don't-
flavor.
I don't think it would have flown now.
Yeah, but I think they've learned now that like dry hopping with fresh hops is kind of like the
Pretty
sweet
much
spot for 'em.
exclusively.
Right.
Because that heat doesn't
Gotcha.
extract all that vegetal matter
Yeah.
and all the water content. It's just absorbing the oils, and it's not it's not having a transformation effect on the rest of it. And so that seems to be like the sweet spot. So you make a normal beer and then you just use fresh hops on it as a dry hop process, and that seems to be. And given where the quality of beers are now, I'd agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've heard like Ben Edmonds at Breakside and Ex Novo did that as well. They both, I remember, told Chad and I think we read about Breakside that that's what they do. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely the method.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, I don't have any fresh hops to play with ever. So
I'm
I've
surprised
never
you
gotten a
don't grow
chance
hops.
to try it.
I'm surprised because
I've
you've got
thought
the
about it.
perfect. You've got the perfect place for it.
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. You know what? The problem is, as a home brewer, I can't get my hands on hop varieties that I'm super interested in using for.
ABV doesn't sell the.
But I could get Centennial. That would be the one that I'd be interested in.
Just gonna say
Other than
you are
that,
ripping at Chad's
it's
heart
it's
right now.
It's
I
like
thought ABV always got really good. What are they called? The little hop
rhizomes.
Rhizomes. I
Yeah.
thought they always had really good selection.
No, you can get it used to be like 4 you could get, and that was it. And I think
Oh.
that's still pretty much the case. And it was like Centennial was the best one. I think you get Cascade, and then there were 2 others that I wasn't interested in. But like even like Citra, which should be super available, and it's been around forever.
For 15
Can't
years,
find
yeah.
it. I can't get it at least I couldn't the last time I looked.
Did you ever do like an internet search?
I didn't ever go on the black market.
Did you ever like go and try to get a cutting somewhere, steal a cutting?
I never tried. Yeah, I never tried to sneak in.
Go down to Crosby or
Thought
something.
about going down to Mexico to try and get some. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, so I think you're right, Sean. Is like I think it's really prevalent up here in the Northwest, where this is where you can find fresh hop beers.
This is where they're
in a lot
grown.
of places. It's just impossible to find now. So, so yeah. Anyways, the idea, what I was thinking is, and I think this is pretty much fairly universally adopted, at least in the Northwest, is a fresh hop beer has to be a hop that was harvested in the last 24 hours, and you put them right in, use them immediately, and then you make a beer with it, and that's your fresh hop. So,
Based on that.
based on all that long rambling,
Well, this is the
Topic
fresh hop
over.
episode.
we're done. What do you guys like about? So tell me what you're looking for in a fresh hop beer.
There's one thing for me.
There's one single thing.
There's literally one
fresh
thing.
hops.
No.
Oh,
No.
They have to have fresh hops in them.
No.
What? Go for it. What is it?
Crystal 60.
It has to be an IPA.
Yes.
Done.
Well,
Still just done. 100%.
so that's it.
Okay.
Any fresh hop IPA is going to be good to you.
I'm not saying it's gonna be good, but I'm not
has to be
gonna.
that style.
I'm not gonna try a fresh hop lager anymore. I'm done with that.
Yeah, none of that. The fresh hop
Really?
reds, the fresh hop.
I could if it's like
What about
the
fresh hop sours? Because hasn't
like
the
the-
guard done a fresh hop?
like
Yeah.
the like the
And it's good.
Yeah.
India Red Ale by who is it? Is it
Double Mountain?
Double Mountain? That one's solid.
Killer Red?
Killer Red, yeah.
Oh, I
And
don't
you're
like I
right.
can't drink Killer
Yes, fresh hop sour beers are delicious.
Red. Yeah.
They are delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only had a few of them, but they're good.
Rabble
And I
roller.
will say
and
that-
I'm sure some like kettle sour
Bullshit?
milkshake.
Oh.
Milkshake. Yes, bullshit style beer would also be delicious.
Carrie and I
with
went out
fresh
to
hops.
Wolves and People last week, and I had 2 different.
Yes,
fresh
let's
hop
talk about
creeks.
this.
Creeks,
I don't understand.
which I was so
That sounds awful.
skeptical, and I thought, well, I'll just order one, and I'll just so I can say I had it, and I'm gonna hate this. It was enjoyable.
So what were you expecting to taste, and then
I
what
thought
did
it was
you
gonna,
taste?
I thought it was gonna be Theraflu with hops.
Yeah, and
It's cherry Theraflu. I mean, but it wasn't. It really tampered down the cherry flavor quite a bit. And it just, you would understand the flavor profile better than I could explain it because you know those beers. But it was, I mean, what is it?
Fresh Hop Creek.
What is it that Wolves and People specializes in? It's
Mixed
Mixed
culture.
culture?
mixed culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely was a mixed culture beer flavor, but the hops,
Sour?
The hops, no, it wasn't sour, and the hops weren't the dominant flavor, but they killed out the cherry flavor, which I usually hate.
So did it taste just like malty? What
No,
was,
it
Or
wasn't
kind of
even-
funky.
It was just wasn't. You could tell it could have gone funky if they wanted it to, but it didn't. It was just a good solid beer, and so I went and ordered the other one. I liked the first one a little better. Carrie had started with the other one, and I tasted hers, but I went and got my own, and I was impressed for that. I never ever thought I would have liked that, but I did.
I never would have ordered it. I would not.
Yeah?
Have, I'd been like, those two things don't go together. I mean, that's not true. I would have wanted to try it.
Right, yeah, but
That's
it
true.
would have been very, very,
But I would have
very,
been very
very skeptical.
And I
Yes.
still am.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Even after hearing you say that. So,
No, I was surprised at how
guess so.
how much I liked it. I thought I was going to hate it, and I'm trying to pull up the names of them here real quick because I checked into them.
yeah, that's a weird. It's a weird pairing. Do they have any other fresh hops there? Or is it just Fresh Hop Creek?
It was 60 cent, which was a Centennial.
Mm-hmm.
It was a farmhouse.
Wow,
It was a
no.
saison, is what it was.
Oh, it's not a creek.
But
then. Okay.
it said, I thought it said creek, but it didn't.
Okay.
The other one was
Saison makes sense.
The other one was
Yeah.
Norse by Northwest, and they call it a farmhouse ale saison.
Oh, that's great.
But
North
they
by
but they
Northwest.
both had creek written next to them on the
Oh,
board.
okay.
So
Maybe they're a saison. I don't know that.
Or maybe they just had added cherry to it, so
I
they
don't
called
know.
it a creek.
That's someone who
Or
doesn't-
was it
who doesn't know what they're doing?
CREEK?
nope.
How is creek spelled?
Kriek.
Okay,
I know some things.
CREEK.
just leading us astray this whole time, Mel.
Was it creaky?
Good Mel Brooks over here.
Had salamander juice in it, and anyways, but yeah. So I agree with you, Beef. It definitely has to be an IPA these days for me to really like it.
Is that the only non-IPA fresh hop you tried this year?
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
'cause I'm just done trying. I'm
Right.
done wasting my time with anything that's not an IPA fresh hop.
And typically not hazy either.
right.
Yeah.
I've had several hazies, and the West
They
Coast
they
definitely
can
dominate.
be good, but you get a higher percentage
I mean,
that are
like,
better.
right
out
now
of
we're
it.
drinking the. Oh, look what Marcus brought
FH
I brought a fresh hopped ripe,
ripe.
from Great Notion.
the hazy version.
And right now we're passing around a Fields of Green from their fresh hop this year.
Oh,
from
this
Fort
is-
George.
This is a fresh hop hazy.
Yep.
This is like thick compared
really
to
thick.
yeah, like
Yeah.
almost syrupy,
Yep. I was
Compared-
really
it's-
surprised.
especially compared to that Freem.
Yeah.
What's the percent?
I actually like it.
7.6.
it's
so.
good.
You do not like? I like it. You not like
it would be good on its own, but it's like it's just a little cloying after that really dry.
Yeah, it's a hazy, so
And-
yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be. I mean, the finishing gravity is
That's
gonna
a
be
good
much
point.
higher.
So one of the
but
things
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
at my old house, I used to have what hops were they? Marcus?
Simcoe on these. Oh, your old house?
Was that Nugget?
Nuggets?
Yeah, I had Nugget hops growing in my
They're
front.
terrible.
No, but they're that's what I used on my CDA. But
Don't tell Trogs that.
I
They're
will say
nugget
this.
nectar.
The one thing I used to love during hop season was to come home from work and pop a hop cone in my mouth and just chew on it, like it was chewing tobacco, and just
Yeah, or like rip it open and just huff it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorite things to do.
Oh God, I loved it. I love just chewing on the hop.
Did you also then put them in your pipe and smoke them?
No.
Wrong nugs.
But before I knew better, one time I came home for my lunch break and I grabbed one and was chewing on it at my lunch. I go, oh fuck, they're gonna think I've been drinking IPA now. Like, I'm gonna go back to work and they go, what's that on your breath there, buddy? Yeah, no,
It's just pollen, I swear.
yeah. So for me, it's just that upfront hoppiness that I love, and no grassy, none of that crap. Which I'm really thankful that breweries have figured that out, because it was always a gamble when you pulled a.
It's
fresh
a
hop
huge
can.
gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm pretty confident that if I pull a fresh hop IPA, if I go to New Seasons and see their whole rack of them, it's not going to be a guessing game anymore. I know that pretty much I'm not going to get anything terrible.
Yeah.
You know, most of those fresh hop beers are going to be drinkable now, whereas 10 years ago they just weren't.
Yeah.
So.
It was a total roll of the
Yeah, I
dice
agree
before.
with that. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I mean, I would expand that slightly to go to. I'd do like a pale ale too. I don't know if you guys include that or not.
Yeah, I do. I certainly do.
I can do fresh hop pales. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
okay.
not
same,
very different.
Same avenue. Yeah, same,
correct.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's all hop based.
So we included hazies or not in that?
Because
I brought
Fields of Green is good.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's a hazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they are good.
And I've heard this fresh hop ripe is
I've
ripe
had
is good.
that. It's really
Is
good.
it good?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had that last weekend.
Yeah. I can tell that this is fresh hop. I'm putting it at the Fields.
Yeah.
I don't know about the. I'll be curious to see if you can taste it with the ripe.
Well, they made a West Coast and a hazy.
I know. I tried the West Coast.
Okay. What do you think of that?
It's my favorite fresh hop that
Yeah.
I've had this year.
It's really good.
The fresh hop West Coast ripe was fantastic.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
So.
It's my favorite. I know you've had way more than I've had. I've probably had about a dozen now fresh hop beers. It's my favorite.
Yeah. I would probably agree. It was pretty damn good.
Wow.
Even above, because you've had fresh hop Wonder Jack.
Wonder Jack is
right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
You've had fresh hop Wonder Jack, and you weren't as much of a fan. Is that?
I don't know if I have.
I thought you. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I don't think I have. Was it one of the normal colored cans that they had, or was it a different can?
It was the bluish. I had it on tap at Breakside.
Well, then
I got a 4-pack also.
I think that I did have it. Was it like Luminosa hops or something like that?
I can't remember.
If it was just normal like that, then yeah, I did have it, and it didn't really stand out.
I can probably look it up.
The one to me that really stood out was Ferment. I went out there for one of the 5K races, and
it was a Pilsner.
Right?
Just kidding.
Yeah. It was so light. I actually kind of did a little
wondered
double
if
take,
it was.
but,
yeah.
But it was Centennial, and it was just doing that like grassy watermelon thing. It was delicious.
Interesting. Yeah.
It was like it was almost like hop water, like the one hop water that we had at DeGard years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was almost that flavor.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of any other style. Like, I like sour beers. The fresh hop sour beers that I've had, not many of them, but the ones I've had have been very good.
The Frey specifically is the one
Frey
that stands out, of
is
course.
by far, that really is a standout. You're right. I'm willing to give fresh hop Pilsners a shot. If it's a from a brewery that already has a pretty solidly bitter, like Czech Pils or something like that, and they added some Centennial or Cascade to it, like I could see that working.
A hop forward lager.
A hop forward lager.
Yeah.
That's already hop forward. Yeah. But if it's not, then but that's kind of like the IPA thing where, you want that bitterness and that IPA to come through first, and then you add the hops to it.
Right.
The fresh hops to it.
Yeah.
So
the fresh hop lagers that I have not stood out compared to their
I admit I haven't had
hop
any this year.
counterpart. I've avoided them this year, but the last couple of years, yeah.
And malty beers, no thanks. I got no
waste.
interest. Yeah. Yeah. And like saisons, I'm surprised you like those so much, because every time I've had a fresh hop saison, it just is like a field of grass, like you said, and then it's got the saison like yeast character in it. It's like that makes it even worse for some reason.
Like a field of bubblegum grass.
Yeah, I just hate it.
Maybe I was just desperate for a beer, but
It was just a hot
Were you
day.
with family?
Yeah. And I'll say this: Wolves and People. Since the last time you and I went years ago, I don't know if you've been back or not since then.
No, maybe, but not in a long time.
Yeah, they've revamped it. It's a different layout. Which I like the old layout too, but it's really cool now. It's a neat place to hang out. It's mostly an outdoor venue. They have some coverings there for days like today where it's raining, but they've got a couple fire pits. And
It didn't feel like a barn anymore.
no,
Right?
You don't go into the barn to get your beer. I think you can, but they had a little station, kind of gravel patio and Adirondack chairs.
Yeah, I mean, you'd walk right by their brewery. I mean, it was to get to the tap room. And
Right, yeah, literally.
No, it's a cool place. I'd go back to hang out. I mean, they don't make my style of beers. And Carrie got a porter, I think, at one point, which wasn't bad, but porters just don't measure up for me anymore. Like give me stout or give me death at this point if you're gonna go dark, preferably barrel aged. But no. Well, I would go back to Wolves and People just because it's a cool location.
Yeah,
I would go back for the location more than anything. But the beers were good. So
Was there food or a food truck or anything?
I didn't
that
see
you
a food
remember?
truck. I didn't
Recall?
see anything.
Okay.
No.
Just curious.
There's
People,
some.
I saw people like there was a couple couples together with their kids and everything. Like they'd packed in a whole bunch of food and having, like, a picnic
So
out there.
yeah, it's still you can still bring your own.
Yeah.
Cool.
People were bringing their dogs.
There's a
And,
filbert orchard right next door.
so bring your
Just go over
filbert.
there.
Take some nuts, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So grab some nuts.
Got to come at the right time of year though.
So let's crack open a mystery beer, guys. You know what mine's gonna be. So
Mine's in that realm probably too.
okay, beef.
I'll go.
Oh, you're going first. All
Mhm.
right. Oh, you got it in like a
tube sock,
sock.
a flea sock.
He did the
if you
tube
would.
snock boogie. All right.
I don't want to give away.
All right, I won't look. Unlike Sean,
Yeah, I'm not-
I won't
okay,
look.
Okay, I'm not gonna cheat.
I'm gonna
this
look over here.
I'm gonna look at the wall.
Oh, look.
I don't want to do that again. I don't want to have any apologies.
Now he's knocking
All right,
cans
and let me
over.
see.
All right.
Yours.
All right. It's all yours. While we're pouring this, let's talk about. You guys probably won't even know who the hell I'm talking about.
I know.
Rest in peace, Dick Curtis.
I do not know that name.
Do you remember these commercials, Marcus?
Not really. No, I mean I vaguely,
So
but not.
Back in
All right, you can
the
look.
God, it was probably the late '70s, early '80s. There was Henry Weinhardt's beer, and they had the best commercials where these guys from California were bringing up a truckload of Schledwiller, Schlitz, Bud, Miller. Yeah, Henry, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that was like their little throw out. And I used to have a Schledwiller hat, which I fucking wish I still had it. But then he gets pulled over by the patrol, state patrol border. Like,
Yeah,
now,
right,
Where are you
yeah,
folks going with all that beer?
Right at the border crossing between
Yeah.
Oregon
So
and
that-
California.
That
That's a
patrolman
notori-
was
you never
Dick
crossed that
Curtis.
border, have you?
I guess I
It's
haven't.
Crazy.
No.
Yeah, and I'm posting the audio of that commercial at the beginning of this show. So if you guys are wondering what the hell was that, that's what that was. And the patrolman was Dick Curtis. He died at like 95 years old.
Nice long life.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh, this smells
So if you're, so what does that mean? If you're hustling Schledwiller across the Oregon border, you're gonna live a long life.
yeah.
Is that it? Happy
Wait.
long life? Well, I don't know if it's happy.
No, if you're stopping people from doing that.
Oh, that's right. He's the trooper.
Yeah, if you're a cop,
Right.
you're gonna have a good long
You got to
life.
work on it. Yeah, you got to work on that Oregon
Border Patrol. It's within 200 miles of the ocean, so
Yeah.
it counts as a border.
This is a fresh hop pilsner. You
Blitz.
bastard.
Shot Pilsner.
Blitz Weinhardt. That's the company that made Henry Weinhardt's. This smells really malty.
This is delicious.
Well, this is a lager.
Are you sure?
I almost for my show beer was going to bring the brand new Jubal Ale just came out. I was going to bring that, piss everybody off.
Just ruin our palates with all that spice and dark fruit.
But I had to stick with my fresh hop.
Well, I kind of ruined my palate to start the day because I started off with a 2016 Auto.
As did I. Well,
Yeah,
we should
you
talk
brought-
about that beer,
We should.
actually.
You brought that to the game yesterday, and we had to finish it today.
Yeah, I brought a liter of it.
Yeah, it had chunks in it, cherry
So
chunks.
describe Otto for
So Auto is Fred,
Hair of the dog, Fred.
Hair of the
hair
Dog.
of the
Fred.
dog Fred, that is aged in oak barrels for at least 18 months. And it's Auto that's blended with peaches and cherries, and then aged in oak barrels for 18
It
months.
was delicious.
It was delicious.
11.8%, something like that, or 13.8%.
I think 13. Yeah, 13%.
13%. Okay,
So was that a 6-year-old beer, 7-year-old beer?
it was in the bottle for in a pop top
Yeah.
Yeah.
bottle for 7 years, and it was surprisingly not too oxidized. It was quite good.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Surprisingly good.
I was surprised that I liked it because with all that fruit in there, I figured it would have been too like raisiny and fruity for my liking. But there was enough like brown sugar and darker notes to it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
there's-
good. I just remember at one point when
It was
I
a
was
nice
drinking it,
surprise.
a
Yeah.
big chunk of like old cherry hit my
Cherry,
lip. I was
yeah,
like,
just
"Oh,
macerated
what a-"
cherry.
Like, it felt like a giant booger hitting my mouth.
Yep.
I finished
it
off
looked like one.
I finished off the yeast slurry of it downstairs.
Yeah, you did.
It was
It was
thick.
opaque. It was brown.
Very thick.
Pond water.
Yeah. It was good though. I was, well done, Hair of the Dog. That's like one of those beers, like we've talked about Hair of the Dog in the past and kind of hit or
Shit
miss
on 'em a little
sometimes.
bit, yeah.
But that was a hitter. Like that's really good beer.
Yeah, that held up. And
Yeah.
So
like I
just
said, a
because
nice
I know you
surprise.
went to Freem, I'm going to guess this is a Freem beer.
I went to Ferment, not to Freem. Get it right.
Oh, I thought you went to Freem too.
No.
Oh, okay. They're right
Yeah.
next door to each other. Why wouldn't you go to both?
Because Freem
didn't
probably had a
have
2-hour
time.
wait.
Right?
Oh, true. Uh,
I'm trying to decide what style this is. It's it's not hoppy, or maybe the fresh hops have killed my ability to sense it, but it doesn't taste like a Pilsner.
It's not very hoppy.
Yeah.
I will.
I got malt like
you
on the
there.
nose.
Yeah, it's like a Helles or
Wayfinder?
I don't know. I don't think so. Wayfinder tends to be a little more hoppy, I think, than this. Even their Helles, I think. But
I feel like they're a little crisper too.
yeah, there's definitely more residual sugar.
Yeah. This
malt,
doesn't like.
whatever flavor. It's good, but it's
Is it this
It
Eagle
doesn't
House?
snap at the
it's
end.
not snappy.
Is it the Eagle House?
House? No, it's not. It's too clear to be Zwiggle House.
Yeah, we know how much I love Zwiggle House.
Yeah, he would buy those all day. All day.
I have no guess. You stumped
I mean,
me.
it tastes like.
I couldn't cheat this time, so
So
I think it's a Helles.
Okay,
if
a
I had to
Helles?
guess. And for brewery, I don't know. Maybe. How about Heater Allen
Heater Allen. All right.
I have no guess.
Shits. All right.
And
Well,
you
it
got me.
or
is
Gold Dot?
gold from.
Heater Allen.
Oh, from Heater Allen. Oh, I'm just thinking that was a hair of the dog.
No,
beer.
that's the guy who he started Gold Dot out of Heater Allen. It's their high end lagers, and he was the head brewer at Wayfinder for
that's right.
until recently.
No, this is Freem's.
I said Freem. The
Freem's
first thing I said.
Canadian lager.
Oh well,
Did
what?
you get this at Disney World? Did Beth bring this home for you?
Disney Canada. Yeah. Yep. Epcot. As
Seriously? Beth brought
as
this
they
home
were
for you?
drinking around.
No.
No, I was 20 feet from their front door, so I figured I'd go in and see what they had.
They sent it down to Florida, and Beth brought it back.
Are
Right.
you going to tell us now what the hell a Canadian lager is? Because I don't know what that is.
Well, like Molson, eh?
Yeah, basically.
that's not
It
Molson.
sparkles like glacier snow melt, pouring almost translucent, snappy with light aromas of ripening
Snappy.
grain fields. I'd maybe disagree with that snappy bit. Ripening grain fields, orange flower blossom, and fresh pastry.
And avoids confrontation at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Very
really likes
well-mannered.
donuts.
Very well mannered.
Very
Those
well mannered
donuts.
lager.
Doesn't know what bacon is.
Killer hockey player. So they didn't say what makes it Canadian.
And if
No,
you get
and
sick,
it's-
this beer is going to take care of you for free.
Right. I'll just take 6 years for it to happen. It just tastes like a American adjunct lager, maybe a little bit sweeter.
It's a bit sweeter. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I had not had this before.
Never even seen it.
I've never had it before either.
I think it's a new kind of seasonal or one-off.
I
that
should
they
get
did.
points for the first thing out of
Do
my
you
mouth
know-
was Freem.
You know, I should have nailed this because I am part Canadian. My mother's Canadian.
Oh, I'm
look at
sorry.
you.
Yeah.
Half a Canuck.
Can't be trusted anymore.
Nope.
Anymore. What, I haven't done enough already?
Nope.
Wow. I'm disappointed in myself.
Man, that is crushed.
Yeah, you took it down. It's good. I like it. It's I prefer something a little more hoppy personally, but time and place, it's a good beer.
It's 5%, so it's a little bit more than an American adjunct lager. But it's not like Molson.
It's in the realm.
Yeah, it's in the realm.
Yeah.
But it's not like Molson Triple X.
I like it. It's good.
I was kind of half hoping that it'd be like 7.5 or something. It definitely
Maybe
doesn't
that's
taste
what makes
though.
it Canadian. That's why it's not a Canadian lager.
It's too polite to be 7%.
That's right.
So, Beef, I talked about my venture down to Wolves and People, but you've, like we just mentioned, also took a beer trip. Why don't you talk about that?
Ferment?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about that one?
Wait, where have you been?
Right? I'm like, well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't remember. I don't know. Went to Ferment and had a
That's all I got to say about that.
pretty much. I don't know.
I haven't been to Ferment.
Oh, really?
They weren't open last time I was in Hood River.
Oh man,
was
I've been there
forced
like I've been there like 4 times. That's
Oh my god.
that's odd. It's
Really?
yeah, yeah. So they allow you to sit outside, kind of. They're on the second
What?
floor.
You could sit outside?
It's
Allow it?
What?
but it's like but it's like in like an open area where you can just kind of walk up and you walk up to a window and you can order a beer and you
Oh.
can sit out on the patio and watch the windsurfers.
It's like a
kite
a
surfers.
drive-in diner or something?
Almost, yeah. Yeah. But
Daddy
it's
comes by, hey,
but
guys."
it's but it's up on the second story, and it's just
some
like
tips.
like everything's wood and just like really open, and there's like a fireplace you can sit around, tables, benches. It's a really cool spot.
Nice. Do you have views?
You're on the second story, and you're right across the street from the park, so I mean a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, you're right by free.
Yeah,
right?
but
that's not too bad.
still you're kind of down, compared to the rest of the city.
Okay.
But it's a really cool spot.
You can get some views from the second floor of Freem, so I imagine there's something there.
And Ferment's brewer came from Freem, correct or not correct?
Yes.
I thought we talked about
that kind of sounds right to me.
I thought we talked about this when they opened.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, I don't know. But, all right, well, I definitely want to get over it. I haven't been to Hood River in a long time.
Food? Yes, no?
They have food, yes.
Okay.
We got like a salmon dip and a pretzel, and the salmon dip was phenomenal. The pretzel was a pretzel. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, now that I found
we should have
out,
gotten more food. That turned into a little bit of a thing. But we found a little diner out on the way, like south of Hood River, called the Twin Peaks Diner.
Okay.
It's been there since like the 30s or 20s.
Yeah.
Just a little like log cabin looking deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, good spot if you're out there like in the
What
Gorge
kind
White
of food
House
do
or
they
something like that. Burgers. Just burgers and greasy.
A burger shack.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of burgers, because this is what this podcast is about.
Jason.
You're welcome.
When I was painting, when me and my neighbor were painting our houses, he's like, "Hey, let's go get a burger somewhere." I'm like, "All right, I don't know where to go get a burger around here." He's like, "Oh, Hillsboro Pub and Grill." Have you been there recently?
No, I won't go in there.
Why?
Where is it?
Because for my line of work, historically, that was the place like where the parents of the kids that I worked with would go hang out
you
at
get
7
identified
a.m.
or whatever.
Huh?
You get identified, or is just not?
Well,
so
it's just so when I go to work really early, like I'm driving through downtown Hillsboro about 5:30 in the morning, and that place used to be you'd see people going in at 5:30 in the morning, getting off their graveyard shift to go get drunk.
Yeah,
I'm like, whew, and just billows of smoke come, which I know they can't do now, but just it was, and there's no windows.
Correct.
It's which strippers? I don't know.
No, I can confirm. As far as I'm telling you, there aren't any
Okay,
strippers.
so you went in there and checked it out.
What's it called?
Not from what Hillsboro Pub and Grill.
It's right across from Noble Hop.
Right across from Noble Hop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had the same view of it as you.
Yeah.
My entire I've never even entertained going in there.
I've heard there's been a renovation.
There has. Well, apparently there's been a major renovation because I went inside. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not like a craft beer pub or anything, but it is nice inside.
Oh wow.
And we went and
no hints
he's
of
like
smoke drenched walls.
Nope, nothing. Yeah, it was totally good. And I got a 3-way IPA there while I was probably a little old.
What month was this? That you
Probably a
went?
little old. It's probably a little old.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. But what I'm saying is,
So this was in the
but there was,
spring
but
when you
the
went there?
Breakside IPA was there. There was Freem Pilsner. There was like decent craft beer.
Yeah.
The burgers were fantastic.
Okay.
The burgers that I got were.
What kind of burger did you get?
I got an Angus half-pound burger,
Jason Crow.
As they all should be.
and it was.
Yeah. It's really
So the
good.
base burger is $11. The burger I got, and it had grilled peppers on it and things like that too. $13.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That was a great price.
I think all burgers should be a half pound.
Oh yeah, perfect size.
Yeah, unless you're in a smash burger, obviously. A half pound smash burger would be huge.
That would be something.
That would be like a pork tenderloin that you would get in the Midwest,
Yeah.
where you have to take 2 bites just to get to the bun.
Yeah.
Two,
Well, that's good to
of the
know.
pork
That'd be like a
fillet.
sma burger because you couldn't get it all the way smashed.
right.
That's good to know about that place.
I was surprised.
Because like, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't go near it.
He was like, no, trust me, it's good. I'm like, because I had the same view of it as you. I'm like,
Yeah.
that place looks like trash. It looks
Yeah.
like,
Because it was trash.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
a trashy dive bar.
It is
Which
much
I know
improved.
there's like a whole
At least
audience for that, but I don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
I would go-
anymore.
for a burger now
clarify.
around here, I would go back.
Okay, fantastic.
And it's
I'll-
like, and if the beer there wasn't great, I'd have a beer and get a lager, and then I'd go over to Noble Hop afterwards and have
right,
a beer or something.
There you
cleanse your
go.
palate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the beer selections were not bad. I mean, there was decent beer there, not amazing, but decent.
Huh. Okay.
So
They maybe should put some windows in just to maybe look a little more inviting.
it does. It is surprising. I mean, from the exterior, you're right, it still looks like trash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hesitant to go into any bar that doesn't have windows, like the Spaghetti Western, also in Hillsboro.
Oh yeah, sure.
No
I haven't been in
windows.
that. Yeah.
They share a bathroom with a Hawaiian restaurant next door, and I'd always go to the Hawaiian place to go get my to go get my bathroom fix.
That's good.
And you'd open the door from the Hawaiian place, go into the hallway that's shared with the Spaghetti Western. It would just like a bomb of smoke would hit you just to go to the bathroom. But this was also back in the
Read
day.
that.
So we are cracked open
A bomb or a
Breakside-
bong? of smoke?
Either. This is the Breakside Fresh Hop. This is supposed to be Wanderlust.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Fresh Hop Wanderlust.
Yeah, this
which
is.
we talked
Fucking,
about
this is
Crystal
phenomenal, right?
That's
yeah,
interesting.
or is it crystal malt?
No, I don't think so.
We talked about
Yeah, by the color,
this
definitely not.
Was it yesterday we were bitching about the can scheme that
Yeah,
Breakside uses?
I hate the can scheme.
It's the same friggin' can for every Fresh Hop. It's just a little different color tint.
That one stands out enough to me. That
Doesn't
one's
to me.
yellow. The other ones are
Marcus is
like
colorblind.
green
Yeah,
and
fair.
blue. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty ableist. Breakside.
Yeah, if you're colorblind, like good luck picking your Fresh Hop beers.
It's Breakside IPA, so I know it's probably going to be good,
It's
so I
gonna
buy
be
it no matter
good.
what.
Yeah.
But yeah, it annoys me that I can look at the bottom of the can. If the printing's fine, then I can read what it is. And
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what I result.
But
Yeah,
when
that's
the
what I
printing's
resort to.
smudged, then you're screwed. And
Yeah.
Just about 50%, it seems.
Yeah.
I've had the
Maybe
Wanderjack,
30.
I've had the Rainbows and Unicorn, and I've had this now, and the Wanderjack is still number one, but this is pretty damn close. Which
Yeah,
I mean,
this
the
is
recipe
really-
between
this is
Wanderjack and
really
Wanderlust,
good.
how different is that? I don't know.
I mean, other than they're different beers, yeah.
Yeah.
Write a
knows?
letter and maybe we'll find out.
Ooh, if I can find a place to park.
In Baker City?
But this is a
No, at Loyal
fantastic.
Legion.
This might be my
Or
second.
Breakside, which is
Breakside.
right around the corner from Loyal Legion, which I was at Loyal Legion 2
Well,
days ago.
you'll just have to go out to.
This might be my. I've had this
Barley.
before this year, but this might be my second favorite. I think.
I think this is
Yeah.
the best that I've had.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's really good.
I've got some more downstairs, so
Yeah.
we after the show. When my wife feeds you guys dinner.
It's about time to start. No, never
God
mind.
damn. Cook them greens, woman.
Oh my goodness.
That's what we're eating, greens. They're delicious.
Rabbit food.
Collard greens with pork belly, gentlemen, on coconut rice.
Okay, that sounds terrible.
Yep. That's going to be really
I'm not
good.
staying.
So
Pew!
Out.
Russian River canned. I posted this and I can't remember the story, but isn't that kind of that's a big step for Russian River to be canning their beer?
I don't think they've ever canned. I don't think they've ever canned before. I think everything's always
No.
been bottles.
Yeah, it's all bottles. Either pop tops or they have cork and cage as well too for their sours.
I don't
Well,
know.
their IPAs, the
Are capped.
yeah.
I said that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
said that first. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. That sounded like big news when I posted. And I just
They're
realized-
only doing their lagers
Oh,
in cans.
they say why?
6 and 12 pack can. 6 packs
It
of
doesn't
12 ounce
really
cans.
matter, I guess.
It's a shift in consumer demand. That's what they're saying.
Why wouldn't you be canning at this point?
but like, why not just switch everything to canning?
Why wouldn't you just?
It's just I think it's just consumer.
But-
Yeah, like you said, nobody's buying bottles anymore. They
So
just
they're
buy
going to see
cans.
how it goes, and if it goes well, everything will start popping
Probably,
up in cans
yeah.
from here
I mean,
on
they probably invested a lot of money into their bottling and all that
right,
stuff.
Good point.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you also see? Speaking of Russian River, did you see that Boneyard's going to collab with them coming up in the next couple of months?
Well,
There's going to be a few
Bellbreaker
beers.
just collabed on their Fresh Hop beer. Their
Oh,
friends,
did they?
The Friends series,
So, yeah.
Fresh Hop with Russian River,
Boneyard's going to do
which I
Nice.
couldn't find yet.
a rotating collaboration series every month, and Russian River's up twice this year. I forget who else, but it's another.
Oh,
Firestone Walker is another one.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
anyone that Tony, the owner of Boneyard, used to work for.
Oh.
The other one is Three
Oh.
Floyds.
Yes.
That's cool.
He's going to collab with Three Floyds
I
too.
saw
So like
that.
the next 4 months, those are the 3 breweries.
Will he collab with Deschutes? Since they
Probably.
own them?
Well, he also worked at Deschutes.
Yeah. So.
So
They're,
I saw
they're
it.
the reason that he has to do this. It's his corporate overlords.
you will do this, and you will make it look like you're
So if
doing
he
this
collabs-
voluntarily.
Right.
If he collabs with Three Floyds, will it be Corporate Dark Overlord?
Yes.
Corporate overlord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or an overlord Hanji. Corporate overlord Hanji.
That's what you have to give. You don't
Well,
get to receive
yeah, right,
that.
yes.
You have to give it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So sadly, a lot of shutdowns going on recently.
Yeah, some big ones.
Yeah.
As we are recording right now, Reverend Nats is celebrating their last day open.
Correct.
It's going on right now
Yeah.
as we're sitting here talking shit. We should be there, but so Reverend Nats is shutting down, which is a huge surprise because, in my opinion, probably the best cidery in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
Yeah.
Maybe on the whole West Coast. I don't know. I mean, they're really good.
There are a lot of interesting and different cideries and stuff going on around here.
Yeah.
When you make it the whole Pacific Northwest, because I've had a couple fun ones up in the Olympic Peninsula.
Yeah?
But Yes.
Okay.
He's
Amazing.
also-
He is up there.
Tapache alone. I mean, just
Oh, yeah.
just Tapache.
You'll never get
he's got-
Tapache again.
Oh, I know.
And
Good
his
Lord, it's
are
so good.
generally much more approachable. But he definitely does do some weird out there shit that's
Well, that was the thing. I was going to say he's kind of like the OG, at least as far as I know. He was kind of one of the originals to take cider from being cider to doing
cider.
all kinds of weird
Yeah.
stuff with it, right?
Yeah.
Barrel aging it and adding in adjuncts
Yeah.
and multiple barrels and Tapache
Yeah.
and like he
icing it too, right? Didn't he
Ice,
ice a couple
yeah.
of it? Yeah.
Tapache is one
Ice
of the
cider.
best things I've ever drank in my life. I
Yes.
fucking love Tapache.
Mhm.
yeah.
And but you don't see it on the shelves anymore like you used to.
Right.
So it was harder to find.
And yeah, I did not see that one coming. I did not
Nope.
know that Rev Nats was having trouble like that.
yeah.
I just assumed that they would keep going. You
Yeah,
know?
just see. Yeah, I mean, so if something like that could happen, I mean, geez, all these guys are vulnerable, I guess.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
we're not in the business, so we don't know how it goes. But that was a real shocker. Brewery 26 is shutting down. Pono, who took over
Brew Labs and
Pono, who took over our old friends at Columbia River Brewing.
yeah.
They're gone.
I think they tried to sell and then they're just shutting down because
Yeah. And then Laurelwood. I mean, an
yeah,
old
their
sta-
pub's shutting. That's
they're- well,
amazing
They're
to
still
me.
going to keep brewing, but the pub is gone.
I'm surprised the pub is gone. It just, I mean,
it was perfect neighborhood.
no one
location.
must have been going because that's where you typically where breweries make money is when they can sell direct to consumer.
Yeah, and they're
So
right.
the margins
they're right
are
on
good.
the edge of a big
It's
neighborhood.
a cool spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've been there once
Yeah.
or twice.
Oh, I've been there several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a spot in the airport too?
Maybe.
No, they used to.
Oh, maybe not.
They used to. It's Hub now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And I haven't had a
They used to,
megafauna
but-
in years, but that was one of my.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it out anymore. But every year I'd wait for megafauna to come out, and they'd go over there and get a pint fresh from the
Yeah.
source, and it was a fun place to go to.
Yeah,
It seemed like as a neighborhood brewery, that's what's surprising. That
it's
that's
struggling.
closing.
Yeah.
But that was
Right,
like
yeah.
Culmination last month, right? They're kind of that neighborhood
Micro area type of
that
deal.
is
Yeah.
also struggling because the
Yeah.
neighborhood's not
Laurelwood was
supporting them,
also-
or I don't know.
Laurelwood was also one of the first breweries. I mean, not the only, but one of the first to become known for being family friendly. It was like you'd go in there, be like a shit ton of kids, which is one of the reasons I might not have gone in there as much as I should have. But it's because I'm not big on family friendly because I don't have kids. But for most people do have
Them
kids.
families.
So I mean,
It's a different environment.
It just
I mean,
provided
It
it's
is.
just the
It
way it
is.
is.
provided a great spot for kids,
Yeah.
for people to take their kids in and get drunk and drive them home. So,
Kids to get drunk?
oh, the kids too. I mean,
They were serving kids
They're not
there. Let's say
driving.
that.
Maybe that's why
They're not driving.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they closed down. This is just a joke.
Yes,
You
it
can't
is.
sue us for saying
This-
that 'cause this is all done in humor. That never happened as far
I
as I
mean,
know.
we're calling it humor. It wasn't funny, but we're calling it that.
There's nothing fun about Laurelwood shutting down because they were one of the originals. So
Yeah, that's
sad
tough.
to hear.
It's tough seeing these.
I don't know,
all these old
Hopefully they can make
old
it.
guard going down.
Yeah. And hopefully they can make it because,
Yeah.
I mean, once you start resorting, your last resort is cans that you
Well,
got to sell. Like, there's no margin there. in
Widmer's still
comparison.
making beer, and they closed down their restaurant.
True. Yeah.
But do they own
But Widmer's also corporately owned, so
Not, yes.
well, yeah,
Kind-
yeah.
yeah.
Now by a weed shop, right?
Right. Right.
yeah. But does Laurelwood, do they own their building,
I don't know.
do they have any offsite production facility or anything like that?
I'll call him up real quick. You guys got a minute?
Yeah, I mean, if you own your own building, that's one thing. If you're paying rent, that's another. 'Cause
Yeah.
landlords jack shit up. You can't afford to be there
Yeah.
anymore. So.
Because there's a couple, or at least one pretty big contract brewer out that way in Northeast.
Yeah.
I feel.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've run past it a couple times since the brewery runs. I don't know.
I don't know.
know.
They kind of keep under the radar, don't they? The contract brewery places. You don't really hear about them.
Yeah.
Know about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like that Who Farted beer that we had that was brewed in Connecticut.
It was
even though
delicious.
That was really good.
I actually brought a can.
Oh, good.
Accidentally, I meant to actually pour it out before I came here. It tasted like tea,
Sure
listeners.
you
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
It tastes
Like-
like tea.
like
it's
oolong
a
tea.
double dry hopped tea beer. It's supposed to be an IPA.
double tea
Are
bagged.
you doing
I'm
yours?
doing mine.
Okay.
Bringing out my mystery beer.
All right.
So give me your glasses. You're weak.
You're weak?
You're tired. You're sick. You're
Yep.
poor glasses.
Yep.
And make all the eye contact. Well, I'm gonna make eye contact with Marcus
No
now.
cheating.
All right, here we go. Ready? I'm preparing for this. 1, 2, 3. Too much eye.
It's a can.
It's one eye.
Here's the funny thing. I've already forgot what this is.
How?
Because that's the way my brain works.
How is it that color?
There you go.
That worries me. It's got to be a fresh hop beer.
Well, look, I already gave away the style because I said I'm doing all fresh hops today.
Yeah.
So, and you know I'm not going to do a fresh hop Pilsner, so.
Oh, that smells...
Is this last year's fresh hop?
Yeah.
So it's bad is what you're saying.
That's surprising.
Malty and maybe a little cardboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely cardboard.
There's a little fruit, too, though.
Here's what I'm going to say. Do you guys remember last month when I stunned you with a fresh hop Elliot from Ex Nova and you had no idea it was a fresh hop beer?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
You guys are going to feel terrible now.
Really?
This Ex Novo. Is this fresh hop megafauna?
I agree with you that this is terrible.
Oh, you're the one that's tried it. I haven't tried it yet.
I just drank it. This is the first time I've had this. And I agree with you that this is not good.
It doesn't smell good. I don't know about taste, but I'm going to tell you here in a second.
It's a little pineapple-y too.
Mm-hmm.
In that fruitiness and
Capace.
yeah.
Oh my God, I hate this.
This is horrible.
I want to. We can't dump this, can we?
And I don't like that pineapple resinous.
You guys talking about yourselves? I have to check something.
I'm gonna taste this real. I'm gonna taste this again. Have you tasted it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
you
yeah.
did.
Yeah. That's a. Yeah.
You're going to be shocked.
That's too bad.
You're going to be shocked.
Okay, this is malt forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's and then it's got that bitter aftertaste.
Acetone.
It's gross. It's got a little bit of a like the pineapple-y thing, but I think it's just the malt and the hops, whatever they use.
Yeah. It's
blended
the
together.
sweetness from the malt. Yeah.
If
for
this is
sure,
fresh
with the-
hop, I don't taste any of that.
Especially drinking this after that delicious break side. It's sad.
it's night and day.
This is probably the worst fresh hop beer I've had this year.
This is not good.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. Did they brew?
You're telling us too much.
Did they brew an
fresh
IPA 3 months ago and then decide to fresh hop it after they found it sitting
Oh my God!
in there?
And the burp is like almost like barley wine notes to me.
It's a malt bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
bad.
It's a malt bomb. I think I'm going to have Jim do the reveal on this.
Okay, wait. Do you have any guesses? So he said we're going to be
Feel
upset
bad.
about this.
And he's
feel
giving
bad
it to
about
me to reveal.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Right, yeah. Who
so
do
it's
I...
ferment. No.
It's the ferment fresh hop.
Yeah.
Calling it.
That's
Or
yours?
Freem. It's a Freem fresh hop. That's my guess.
Beef.
I also saw that there was
Freem
some
fresh hop
green
something.
in here.
You can have the honors.
Oh, good God.
Ferment.
It is!
It is ferment.
Ferment's fresh hop Citra.
Yep.
Citra what?
IPA.
That's an IPA.
Yeah.
Good
Canada 912.
God.
Their other fresh hop beer was delicious. I had that yesterday.
Yeah,
when you guys were
that
over.
which was Centennial, not
That was
not
delicious.
Citra.
This is sad.
Look,
It's sad.
okay, I have not been happy with most of the ferment beers I've had.
Really?
Yeah.
They're lighter colored
chugging
stuff.
straight
I
out of
haven't
water.
either.
Okay. So
But
they're aging stuff.
or just like a porter. I remember having a porter that was solid.
Oh, you killed it.
Well, just to get,
I'm gonna
I don't have water to wash it down like
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
go dump it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'll sit here.
Okay,
you
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
can-
I
I
forgot I
can
have a toilet.
We have Christopher's toilet.
Toilet beer.
Put this in Christopher's toilet and do not flush.
This is gonna be Pruno.
Leave it for him. Leave it for the
Fresh
kid.
hop Pruno.
He's gonna like. He'll never guess that's fresh hop from the
Wait,
smell.
you know what Pruno is, right?
No.
Oh, Pruno is what prisoners make. They make toilet wine.
How do you know this?
Because I work with prisoners.
And how do you make Pruno?
They smuggle out like fruit and stuff from the commissary and from the cafeteria.
And they
Bread,
ferment it
yeah.
with the yeast from the bread. Or what does that mean?
Just they leave it open
Yeah, there's-
ferment a little bit.
Yeah, oh, just natural
Yep.
ass yeast.
Yep.
Okay.
Toilet wine.
Well, when you put in your time, you've cultured up some nice mixed culture going on, and maybe that does something.
Well, maybe if the prison's out near a cow pasture.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm
My
sorry
God.
about that, guys. I didn't not know that was going to be
That's
so
all
bad.
right. It
No,
happens.
that was a good.
I got to open something good just to clear my palate.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want me to just go into mine?
We
I
could
mean, if you want to.
we could do another Freem West Coast. I have one of those. That's nice and light.
Well, I've also got
Or-
the ripe fresh hop.
I also
Oh,
have
let's do
a
that ripe fresh hop.
yeah. Let's do the ripe.
Let's do that. Okay. That will definitely clear our palates. That's good. We know that.
Or I could do the trapdoor. Trapdoor.
That's actually
Trapdoor
really good.
fresh hop.
I had that last week too.
Which one do you want? Hazy or?
I want Great Notion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to drink both of them.
I also have a fresh hop
we'll
Hetty
do that.
Alice that
Yes.
we drank yesterday that we all really liked a lot
Yeah, that was good.
in my bag. Yeah.
Oh, and your little bag of tricks.
Which, hey, let's. Wasn't that a topic here? What are your favorite new breweries? Let's just
Yes.
hit that topic now. Now they said Hetty Alice because that would be my call for the past.
Ferment, definitely. No. As we were just shitting on them.
Number 1, fresh hop beers for Ferment Brewing from Ferment.
50% of them.
Does Great Notion count?
So let's define what's new. Like in the last year, 2 years, maybe 2
It's your
years.
topic, you
Pandemic.
define it.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
So 3-ish years. That's fair.
I'd say Hetty Alice. I would say
Forland.
Forland.
Are they in the last
Forland's up
3
there.
years?
Where's
That's-
Chad?
I feel like maybe they've been
No, they're pre-pandemic.
around since pre-pandemic.
Yeah, they are.
What's the place? The little place.
I'm
that-
gonna say Living House.
Living House is
I
good.
think Living House is putting out
Ooh.
good stuff.
Yeah, their fresh hop beer was really good yesterday.
Yeah, it was good.
And
And I've had a couple of their regular IPAs, and they've been solid. Not
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
not remarkable, but solid.
they're not my favorite brewery,
they're good.
They're a good brewery.
Yeah.
They're solid.
Yeah.
Beef, what's the place you went to? You met the owners. You went. This the little tiny place. Little hop. Little.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Little
Yeah.
Hop Brewing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had a couple of their beers. They're pretty good.
Okay.
They're probably going to get better. I think they're trying to go brick and mortar, but I can't remember. I'm having a hard time finding them. I think they're in Multnomah Village somewhere.
I'm probably going to show my ignorance here, but Threshold's been around a while.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Before
They're
pandemic.
Okay,
Yeah.
pre-pandemic.
Yeah. Sean and I went there right before the
Yeah,
pandemic.
like days.
Yeah. It's like January and
Days before the shutdown,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
good.
And I'm stuck just thinking within my own head here, but about like Oregon. But there's got to be other stuff that we've had out of Oregon that's pretty good.
How long has Rosenstadt been around?
A while.
I've enjoyed most of their stuff.
Have they been around?
I thought they've been around a while.
I feel like they've been around a while, but they've just started like canning.
That
and-
is really good, and I can tell it's fresh hop too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that might be the best fresh hop hazy IPA I've ever had. That's really good.
Yeah. You like that
'Cause I
better than the Fields of Green then?
The one we just had.
Because that was your favorite fresh hop.
Yeah,
hazy
they're
until-
both really good. Yeah, I'm gonna
This
have
has
a little
hot
more.
burn on it.
It has a little more hot burn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I love.
you do like that.
I love hot
Oh,
burn.
barely.
It's not much.
I'm hardly get. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't think it's
No, but
crazy.
it's there.
I wouldn't even have.
I feel it.
Yeah,
It is there. I can feel it on my tongue
I
afterwards.
feel it tingly in the
Yeah.
back.
just a.
But it's
just
it's
scotch.
very mild. Yeah.
Ah, it's like a thick hazy watermelon. What's the hop?
Citra. It's
Oh,
Citra.
yeah, ripe is always Citra.
Actually, yeah.
right?
Let me make sure. Or it doesn't say probably. No, it doesn't say.
But ripe's their Citra? No, that's juice or junior.
No, ripe is their Citra.
Is it?
Yeah, junior is Mosaic.
We had the
Can't remember
senior-
anything.
Oh my god, it was so good.
El Senor.
They don't.
Not fresh hop.
They don't say, but ripe is always Citra only. So I'm guessing it's Citra.
Have you ever done a fresh hop triple IPA? Anybody? That'd be insane.
I mean,
Can you imagine like fresh hop Notorious?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Does Boneyard even do fresh hop beer?
Yeah, we had it last year, remember? And it was disappointing.
Oh, was
we had
it?
that crowler that you opened.
Oh, okay.
It was okay, but it wasn't like amazing.
Yeah.
I like
Is
the-
there a
I like
brewery-
the Palate Jack better.
Pallet Jack?
Or Wanderlust,
Wan-
sorry.
Well, this is a hazy versus the
Yeah.
Wanderlust is not.
Well, even
Go
It
still.
would be the
Jim.
ferment. It would be the
Well,
for
you
the
just-
fields.
You just asked.
But what about fresh hop pilsners? Have you had a creek lately with some Centennial in it? Okay, creek
I'm
stays
going.
on.
I'm going home.
Taking my beer with me.
I'm taking your beer with me.
I don't know. They're,
I like the right better than the Fields
I
of
think I
Green.
like the right better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're both really good, but
yeah.
the ripe is better.
Oh yeah, definitely better than Fields.
In fields, yeah.
I like hot burn. This has a very slight.
It does.
I'm not saying it's a lot, but very. You feel the tingly on the back of the tongue.
I don't think it's too much. Yeah.
But I like hot burn. I like a lot of hot burn.
Yeah.
I mean that does not dissuade me.
Yeah.
So is dissuade? Did I use that word properly?
No,
Dissuade?
you
Okay.
didn't.
It's
Phew.
it's
okay.
almost
Thank God.
Let me dissuade you from using dissuade.
Thank you.
it's almost like water, like cucumber watermelon water.
Yeah,
What?
That's
I taste that.
That's what I'm getting.
I taste the cucumber.
Yeah.
But that's good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's delicious. It works. It really
I
works.
get the watermelon too.
Don't get the cucumber. Don't. Fuck. That's
Say
the
something
cucumber.
else that I'll just say I get it also.
Trump was right.
I'll agree with
Trump
anything.
won.
Yes.
Shit, I'm getting watermelon too now, and I don't get that normally. Why are you doing this to me?
Get out of my
It's
head,
called badgering the
It
witness.
is. It's
I think.
cucumber watermelon. God damn it. That's all I taste now. No,
Beef's
it's not
in
all
my
I taste.
head.
But it is. It's citrus up front, and then it finishes mid
Yeah,
to
yeah.
finish
I could see
Yeah.
the citrus there. Yeah, for sure.
And there's a little bit of that burn. It's delicious. Yeah, it's really good.
It's great. We went out and bought some of these out
Fucking
there.
A.
Actually, we went out and bought the West Coast, and then a week later we found.
I like the West
hazy-
Coast better than that. I mean, this is really good.
The West Coast is insanely good.
It's really good.
It's hard to beat Great Notion. They're really good.
Their top tier stuff is top tier.
Yeah,
It is. No doubt about it. For all
They're
the
also
weird shit they
expensive
do.
as hell.
Yeah, this
It
was,
is very
They're
expensive.
expensive,
But, like,
as hell.
even
This
there's-
was $6.25
for that can.
For a
God,
can.
for a can.
Yeah.
But like their sports IPA was good. I had a Grodzitsky from them that was solid.
Yeah, wasn't
Just
that the
us-
award-winning one from
I
them?
think so. Yeah, it's smoked super light wheat lager. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I don't know what the regular West Coast ripe is, but I imagine it's pretty damn good based off of the fresh hop version.
I remember it being good. Yeah.
You had the West Coast ripe?
I mean,
The
like
regular?
they've made it for years. I'm sure I've
Have
had
they?
it at some
Oh,
point.
geez, I've
yeah.
never tried it. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like ripe's been around a while.
So back to our topic. Does Steeplejack qualify? Are they
Sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
They're pretty good. They're not. I wouldn't say they're great. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I get them and Forlin confused because the cans kind of have the same colorations and styles.
There's a place out Gales Creek heading towards the coast from here, and I can't remember the name of it, and I haven't been there, and I haven't tried their beers, but I'm hearing great things. No, but I'm hearing really good things.
They're
about
actually
them.
really good.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like a cool place to stop if you're heading like I think you could hit it if you're heading towards Tillamook. It's kind of
Out 6.
just an offshoot of that. If you jumped off the highway when you're heading out to Tillamook, you'd see this place that I've heard really good things about that I definitely want to check out. But for the sake of this topic,
I know
I'm
I've
gonna
not
say they're great because I haven't had them yet.
So similar thing. I've not had any of their beer because I've never seen it here yet. But the ex-brewer, the ex-owner from Flat Tail, New Spring Brewing,
Oh,
is supposedly
yeah.
really good.
Where's he brewing out of now?
It's called New Spring. Oh, they brew out of
What city? Is he still Corvallis?
Calapooia Brewing?
Oh, right.
He
That's
contracts out of
Salem
it.
area.
Salem area, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never seen their cans out this way yet. But
Yeah,
I've
he-
heard
When's the last
he
time
sells
you saw
out of it
beer
really
from
quick.
Calapooia?
Never?
Good lord!
I've never seen their beer.
The only place
Gesundheit.
the only place I ever remember
Yes.
seeing them at was the Organic Beer Festival.
Oh, okay.
You'd see them there,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. But my
Yeah,
brain
I haven't
sucks.
seen them.
Huh.
But the other thing is like even like going all the way back to the beginning of the pandemic is there's not like a ton of new breweries.
Obelisk.
It's been a tough time. They've all been closing.
I've had several beers from Obelisk.
Okay.
They're
Yeah, I haven't had any.
You didn't mention them, so okay.
Whatever it was called. Remember, we argued it was called like Barely Kolsch or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Almost
Kolschish.
Kolschish.
Yeah. That was a
Kolsch
good beer.
adjacent.
I haven't had any of their IPAs, and I know they're doing other types of beers that they're trying to stand out by doing non-traditional beers.
Yeah.
I haven't had any of that yet.
That
but,
is a recipe for disaster. I'm
the
sorry, at least to start out that way. I mean, we love it, but the general public doesn't.
Well, there's a few breweries that opened and closed in that timeline too.
Sure.
Right.
True.
So.
Yeah.
I can't think of one, but I'm sure there have been. Yeah.
Well,
sure there were.
What was the place that Brewhouse is taking over now? In Northwest Portland.
Oh,
We just talked about it last time.
Hammer and Stitch.
Hammer and
Yes.
Stitch. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, they opened and
Yeah.
closed
The
during the
one
pandemic.
brewery I wanted to go try that I never got to.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like they were open for 3 days.
Hammer and Stitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt like
3
it.
months, maybe. I don't know. Not long.
Yeah. But yeah, it's tough. Like, so that leads into like the other article that we posted or we talked about So there's one that talks about Bend breweries that are, because in the lieu of all these closures, someone asked like in Bend, asked breweries around there like, how are things going? They're like, yeah, it's rough right now. Craft beer sales are flat or declining, but we're kind of positioned and we're mostly okay. They asked a bunch of breweries around the area, but it's like, oh hey, you know what that means is like, breweries, like the number of open that closed were almost 1-for-1 this last year. So it's like,
right.
So have we finally reached the saturation for craft beer, and
And the
if
market's
so,
dying off too.
Is
I
that just
think.
kind of like normal? Like that should be expected at some point? The craft beer boom had to level off, right? Or
Right,
is it
yeah.
indication that like beers, like our podcast, become infinitely less popular? We'll lose one
We've
listener.
never been popular.
Oh, right.
You
There's that.
you can't
Exponential
get less
decay,
popular.
exponential decay
Yeah,
of
exponential
one.
of one.
The
Yeah.
good thing about this
Right.
show is we can't get
Our-
worse.
Yeah. The good thing is we have no half-life.
Oh, just
because you
watch
would
me.
need some sort of positive. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this into the Portland Vodka podcast. Make it real great.
All right, well, then, if
I'm gonna
that's,
join
if that's the
Chad
case, though,
then. I
if
think his
craft
kid needs
brew,
coaching.
if craft brewing is declining,
It's a vodka.
what is climbing? What's taking its place? Because people aren't drinking less. That's never going to happen.
No, that's true.
That is true. They are.
That is true.
People are
less.
drinking less alcohol now.
Yeah.
Gen Z.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, the younger people that are.
Because they're like more
Somehow
weed,
they're-
more marijuana based.
No, it's because somehow they're more well adjusted
No.
and like no.
I know their parents. no.
It could
Every,
be just
every generation has their
thing.
and that will always be. That will always be. I will never ever concede that that's not going to happen. That people are going to stop using something to,
numb.
themselves from reality.
Deeper.
Especially right now. Things are crazy.
That's interesting.
Right.
So this has nothing to do with beer, but in that context, one thing I've read about like kids these days is not only are they drinking less, but they're like having less sex.
Yeah, and staying virgins longer.
Staying virgins
and all
longer
that, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I'm
By
like,
choice. I was a virgin for a long
guess.
time, not by choice.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Part of it, but there's. I mean, incel is a thing.
yeah.
But I think generally it's kind of maybe not so much by choice, but by convenience. I feel like it's more by convenience because you can just on your phone that you have on you 24/7,
Yeah.
Google porn immediately, and then you're off, and then you're done, off the hook, and there's
and they think that's the same thing as sex.
not that it's the same thing, but
Boy,
like,
they're
but you don't have to put yourself out there. You don't get rejected.
As
It's
somebody
easy.
who's
It's
imbibed in
simple.
both,
That's fair. Yeah,
Like,
that's a good point.
I think all those things are playing into it.
You
They
know what? As
played into
somebody
it for
who's-
me, at
As
least a
somebody
little
who's
bit,
indulged
for
in
sure.
both porn and sex sex is better.
Well,
Porn
yeah,
is easier. But sex
Right.
is better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I mean, it's the same generation that'll spend $30 to DoorDash a Starbucks drink to their.
God, you guys, my
themselves.
mom is door dashing Burger King. She's paying $20 for a Whopper.
Oh man,
So
You know,
dumb.
who
I know,
wouldn't though?
I know.
Really?
But
I
she
mean,
won't. But she
it's
won't pay her bills.
It's from the
online.
king.
Burger King, baby. Taste my burger.
Come for the
God.
king.
Marcos, let's do your mystery
That's
beer.
crazy.
I just
Okay.
called you Markless.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. I let it fly.
Part of the
didn't mean to let it
Markless podcast.
It's almost better
pretty good.
than Ram House.
I like it. It's like Smartless, but Markless.
Markless.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's a good one.
That
I like
that's
how he brings his in foil because he cares about the environment so much.
What? What do you mean by that?
Dude, that's come on.
I'm killing
you
the
can
environment with
recycle
foil?
it. You recycle it.
Yeah, but
You know, well, I
use
don't
a
know.
reusable bag, man.
Do you know how many
don't-
times you
I
have
don't
to
have
reuse
two-
that bag
I
to
don't
make
have
it
tube
worth it for
socks
the
like
amount of
y'all.
energy that went into making it?
It's just like a Prius.
Unlike you guys, my tube socks aren't clean.
They're too rigid.
Don't let me see that can.
I know.
I'll
I'm
guess
being
it.
really careful right
Yep,
now.
I am. Yeah, because the
Not good.
frame cam are they're all gold on top.
Oh,
That was why. Yeah,
didn't
that's why
make
I was
that
being a little.
didn't
that
make that connection.
And also the tabs are black,
Oh my goodness.
so it's definitely a bottle.
Oh, and it's a dark beer. I know that by looking at it.
Because it's dark.
I can tell by looking at your beer, it's a dark beer.
Tis.
We should be pouring these into black glasses.
I know, so you can't see them.
Yeah,
Man,
there's
how
much money
am I supposed to spend on this podcast?
I'll get them. I'll
get
fund.
some black glasses.
I actually have 2 black quartz containers that are pretty cool. Could probably get some glasses. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe if you'd like for once dip into the coffers, the deep coffers of this podcast
From
and
all of our
spend it,
patrons.
instead of like using it for your own beer purchases.
Because I'm monetizing on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You know what's really cool is remember
Our
when
one patron, Jason.
No, but you remember when we had to switch over to a new host like 3 episodes ago?
You mean not Chad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, I mean, like, I don't know the proper terminology, but the
hosting
the people
service.
who are posting our show for us.
Yep.
Oh, I thought we were talking about not voluntarily having Chad leave. We forced him out, right?
They have a feature now that will automatically put our show on YouTube, like just an audio YouTube post. So for our listeners, if you like to listen to shit on YouTube rather than your
shit on YouTube,
I don't know why you would listen to this on YouTube, because it literally is just whatever picture I put up. Which means the last show is the picture of us in the yard laying on top of each other.
That's not going to get old.
You have to look at that, listen to that, or look at that for an hour and a half.
I mean, you can do captions or craptions on YouTube, so I mean, there's that maybe. I don't know.
This is really good.
The youngs like to use captions. Yeah, it smells amazing.
You like that?
This is
smells like it might be a little
Notions,
sharp though.
Not their double barrel. They did a single barrel, whatever, but I can't remember the name of it. Double. What's their big stout? Double
stack.
Double stack. This is single stack.
Okay.
From Great Notion. That's my guess.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
That's my guess.
That's
really good. And even if I'm wrong, that's really good.
It's a good stout. I agree with you.
I don't think it's single stack, but I could see it being a Great Notion beer.
Yeah.
It is.
Because he brought the ripe fresh up.
Right?
Yeah, I definitely went to Great Notion.
I don't know. I know. I know they had single stack.
I can tell you I didn't go to Great Notion.
Okay, well.
But.
Oh, man. Because it kind of smelled like it might be a little harsh or like have like a nice sharp point in the middle of it, but this does not.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some coffee in there rounding that out, which is fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Maybe it is single
good.
stack. Maybe it is single stack, but I'm not getting any maple.
I am. Light maple.
What are you getting off of
Oh,
it?
yeah. I guess.
What
in
are
the
you guys
background.
getting off of it? Yeah.
It's just
flavors?
it's like coffee roast, some chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. No, the more I taste it, yeah, there's syrup in there. Maybe this is some Abyss variant.
It's really good. No,
it is.
There's no oxidation. Come on, man.
It's too sweet.
Could it be a ferment or a Fremont?
No, because I feel like theirs is.
Oh, but
there's
wait
a little
minute.
more whiskey.
Here's what we have to think about. This guy's got like 10 years worth of old beers in his cellar. So
This is not.
is this a fresher barrel aged?
This isn't. I don't think this is barrel aged.
Really? Look at him just going.
No, it's.
He loves listening to it.
I do.
Kind of like when you guys were
This is
shitting all
fun.
over ferment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell you guys are going to be really disappointed when I. No, that's not
This
true.
could be a lot of things. but
This is a McMinimans.
You love this beer. You're going to be really disappointed when you learn who this is.
This is Hammerhead Stout.
This is
I'm sticking with single stack just because that was my initial hit. But
It's
So single stack was like what? It was a
It's
lower
so
ABV,
chocolatey.
right? Like 6%, 7%.
I don't
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
like maybe 8 because like
8%?
isn't double
Yeah.
stack like 10 or
10 or
12?
11. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you think it's like an 8-9% stout?
I don't know.
8% stout?
I could see it being up that. Yeah,
I love this.
yeah. This
It's
is
really good. I do too.
Yeah,
I want to know where you got it. Once you tell us what it is.
Yeah,
I
will
want the
tell you.
rest of your 4-pack. Yeah, because I'm sure you got a 4-pack of this.
So, all right.
I got a single.
Yeah, of course.
I'm guessing
10 years ago.
I'm guessing you got this at Noble Hop.
10 years ago, I got this.
At Noble Hop.
Yep.
When it was what
I'm not
was
telling
it
you
before?
where I got it.
What was it before Noble Hop? I forget what it.
McNally's.
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 Yeah.
McNally's has some sweet beers. I don't remember. Did they have any sweet beers in
No.
the cooler?
He
It was
all
fine.
right, but definitely
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Noble Hop, he's killing it.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Is it still German food? Because like I feel like that was
I
a
haven't
big.
eaten anything there, so I don't know.
I think
It was.
they
It was
kinda-
like. It was
I mean,
like
they have a
weird
little
German
bit-
finger food.
They don't have much. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
And then they lost the food cart pod across the street, which
Right,
sucked.
that was the
now they've
draw.
got the giant food cart pod
A
2
couple blocks over, yeah.
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
And they have a beer hall there,
Yeah.
and they're building one right over there by our house.
Yeah.
There's
So you
no-
think this is what? Guess the
I'm
beer, like
single
kind of
stack-
beer. Oh, you just think it's single stack. So you think it's a maple
But it's single
imperial
stack,
stout or imperial
barrel
porter,
aged,
right?
But barrel aged.
I don't know if it's barrel. It's
Or
just
not
so
imperial.
thick. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's barrel aged. It'd be a little thinner.
How
It'd
do you
be
make beer this thick that's
hotter.
not barrel aged? I mean,
It's easier to do that. The
Really?
barrel thins it out.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It does.
I
He's
didn't-
right.
Oh, beef is teaching me shit.
For once, I'm not being the sarcastic asshole.
Okay, well,
But double stack isn't barrel aged.
it is. Yeah, I yeah. when beers are this good, I just assume they're barrel aged.
Okay.
When stouts are this good, I assume barrel aged. So, what's an example?
I'm going to save the rest of this for Carrie, maybe.
Yes, that'd be
She
great.
wants some?
Yeah.
She'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. What are other beers that aren't barrel aged that are this viscous and delicious?
I can tell you because I know exactly what it is.
I was trying to get there. Fucking cheat.
He's looking right at me.
There are
I'm not
some
gonna
out
tell you.
there.
Your soul.
I just can't think of like who would do something like this. Who would do something like
Nobody
this?
would do something like this.
Could this
This
be?
is outrageous.
Could this
That
be?
was a very
Hey,
Skeletor
wait.
voice.
Yeah, it was.
Firestone Walker?
No,
No.
no, too.
It was in a can.
Even I
too
went,
It was in a can.
too pastry-y.
And it was in a can. So no. I'm sticking
This
with
is
single
so good
stack.
though.
Okay.
That's my guess.
What do you got? Anything,
Great notion.
Jim? Are you good?
Peanut Brother. No,
Belching Beaver.
Stamper Stout.
Huh? Who? What? Stamper Stout?
It's an
wait a
American
minute.
stout that features assertive Columbus. No,
Yeah, that's
not
it.
that.
Wait, you know
You
what
nailed
I'm
it.
getting all of a sudden? Marshmallow. Taste it again. With marshmallow on your head.
I can feel that a little bit. I can get that.
Campfire Stout.
But
All right.
by base camp.
So, Sean.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I'm going with some sort of Great Notion stout.
Okay, so you're both right. It is Great Notion. Sean, there is more of this when I bought it, and it was only $8 a can
Only $8.
for 16 ounces of
Only 15
barrel-aged
50
stout.
cents. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And I believe
Okay.
you've probably had this before.
Okay.
This is Great Notion's Mammut XL,
I've had this. Yeah.
and it is a barrel-aged imperial stout aged with cocoa nibs and cinnamon.
Where am I getting the
I'm
maple?
not getting any cinnamon.
I'm
No.
getting maple.
I'm
I
getting
feel like
maple
I'm
over
getting
cinnamon.
And I
Yeah.
knew what this was, and I'm like, I can get maple.
Where'd you find that?
That's good.
Double hop.
Noble Hop.
And chocolate,
I got that part.
super chocolate.
And it's $8 for a 16-ounce can. That's pretty
11.8%.
damn good.
I've had that several times actually.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
shit.
And what I will say is I was curious about this beer because I paid $27 for that Brewhouse beer
Oh god.
Oh, that was really
2 months
good.
ago, right?
Yeah.
Which was also fantastic. I'm like, I want to compare what I can get from them
Locally.
What
to
was the
Great
stout?
Notion, and this was $8. Now that said, I feel like maybe this was mispriced because this is surprising for $8 for a barrel aged imperial stout from Great Notion.
For that size though? That's
16 ounces.
50
yeah.
cents
It's
an
a
ounce.
500 ml.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
They
that's a
typically
great
charge
price.
$35
'Cause Great
for a
Notion
500
is generally
ml.
really expensive.
Yes, it's in the
Always.
price
Well-
range of Brewhouse.
I mean, it's just like a buck more than the fresh hop.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
And that's why I'm like, that's crazy, but this is
Beef, what was the beer you brought last night that we never got to?
Don't worry about it. Forget it.
It didn't happen.
It won't be a mystery beer later.
But yeah, it's like this is a friggin' delicious beer.
You like that? You like that answer?
Just stay away.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna.
What
open
did you
this.
just ask? Ask something else.
I'm gonna
That
butt
is
I'm gonna
so
butt chug it
goddamn
when I
good.
get home.
It's
Fuck you
friggin'
guys.
fantastic.
Terry
So, yeah.
would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I wanted to compare it, and it compares very well. Maybe not quite the same, but very close. I mean, that's a fantastic for an $8 beer. That is
Yeah,
really
that's
good.
really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is good beer to follow it up on. This is the Hetty Alice Fresh Hop.
Speaking of, we didn't mention Hetty Alice.
I did. That
Oh,
was the
did
first
you?
thing I
Oh,
said.
okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the very first one.
Okay,
Yeah.
First thing I said of new breweries. Yeah.
Sorry. Then I'm an idiot.
No, you just don't listen ever, Marcus.
You just don't listen to me.
What was that?
Rebecca texts me all the time about it.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh,
That
I had to thank Rebecca this morning for those donuts last night or yesterday.
no, I'm not gonna say
Marcus's
it.
wife brought over some delicious.
No, she didn't. I brought them over.
You brought them
bastard.
over, but she made them. 'Cause I know you don't know how to make donuts, even you with your goddamn Traeger
No, I
skills.
got no idea. You're right.
Traeger donuts.
Smoked-
Actually, that would be pretty good.
Smoked
That
donuts.
could work.
Smoked maple bacon donuts.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, maple
So she
bacon
makes
bar
them, she
smoked.
makes them in the fryer, then you take them out and smoke them with the maple
She
glaze.
baked those. Those were baked
Those
donuts.
are baked donuts.
Yeah.
It's like cake donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those were.
They were
so
pretty good for being that.
but
yeah.
baked cake donuts.
And they even put butter
Baked
on them,
cake,
which Marcus
yes, they were
won't
high.
do. How do you eat those with butter on them?
What do you mean? I'm not like dairy intolerant. I can have a little bit.
A little bit.
It's just a tiny bit of butter.
Just get the
I'll be all right.
squirts.
Yeah, I just squirt a little butter on it. A squirt for a squirt. You know.
Squirt for squirts.
1 for 1. It's 1 for 1. Oh my God.
Okay, we're doing well.
Somebody pull up the next topic because I can't do it on my little thing with the awardee stuff. They had the big. It's not the Great American Beer Festival. It's the next biggest beer awards.
Oh,
just
because they
happened.
did just do GABF too.
Did they just do that also?
Yes.
This isn't GABF.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty sure.
No, it's the Great American Beer Festival Awards.
Jeez.
Bring it up.
Right.
Finish that glass off,
Oh my
shits.
God.
Make sure you drink more.
I swear to God, I thought it
not
was the other.
loading.
I thought it was the other big beer awards.
No, it's GABF.
God, but the GABF was like a month and a half ago, wasn't it?
No.
No, I think it was like a few weeks ago.
Or there.
How
Yeah.
am I hosting
it was
a podcast?
It was I think
what?
So I only know this because I randomly saw a tweet from Augie Carton, and I think the owner of Carton Brewery in New Jersey.
Oh, him. Fuck.
He's also on a podcast, and they have black glasses, and they drink mystery beer out of black glasses.
Oh, he's on a better podcast.
But
now.
well,
definitely better than
because
this.
he's in the industry. Like
So perhaps our glasses should be crimson. We don't want to copy
crimson
glasses.
just opaque. Oh, I should get some fucking opaque glass from work and do that.
Cool, actually.
But yeah, it would be right.
Yeah.
But like a couple days ago, he mentioned that he was at the Denver airport and that like a week or so ago was GABF, and that the rare GABF was just about to start, or the rare beer festival that they have, or was just ending, or something like that. So him and his co-host were there.
So do we want to talk about the winners?
Steal This Beer is the name of that podcast, listener, if you feel interested.
If you want something better than this.
It's just a slightly different topic, but it's definitely like a...
Dear listener, there is no other beer podcast.
Yes, only
on
listen
the
to this
planet.
one.
We're the
Never
only beer
mind.
podcast that ever airs out of the Pacific Northwest.
you
So
believe
Well, yeah,
that
this
line
other one's out of Barcade in Jersey, so...
Believe that line of bullshit. I'm sorry for you, and
I am surprised
Hope
you guys
things
don't know
improve
Carton.
in
I
your life.
guess you guys didn't get into trading back in the day. They were popular.
you were our avenue into the trading world.
Correct.
right,
Yeah.
Every traded beer I've had, I think, has been through you.
No, you traded
No,
once. You
Obed.
said.
I traded one. Did I trade once?
Yeah, you said
There's
you.
others.
Yeah.
I may have. I don't-
You've wandered into some other
Once.
ones.
Oh, I traded once with Obed. That's right.
I know. Oh, Lane. I had some beers from the Lane.
Yeah,
Lane-
yeah, all those
Lane got me a
all those
Dark
random
Lord. Yeah.
OTH nights. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Deschutes Brewery won a bronze for
Bravo.
Brett beer.
Yep.
Who
Do
did?
you want to talk about that?
What's that? The Shoots.
Deschutes
one?
won a bronze medal for Brett beer. Do you want to talk about that?
No. Because I hate Brett beer.
I hate Brett Michaels.
Well, 10 Barrel won a gold for American Sour
Can we
beer.
get away from the goddamn corporate
What?
fucking beers?
Oh,
That's the only ones that win.
all right.
Did any
Well,
real craft brewery? I mean, I'm not going to shit on Deschutes too much. I do like some of their beer, but I don't like anything by 10 Barrel. Go ahead.
Freem won one for their Brett beer as well.
God damn it.
Breakside Life won strong beer, which is their barley wine. Barley wine
Okay.
is life.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Breakside won gold for their barrel aged stout.
Really? Mm-hmm. Which beer? Which one?
It says the trappings and the suits of woe.
They won a gold.
Yes,
For barrel aged
gold
stout.
medal for wood and barrel aged strong stout.
For as much as I like Breakside, I would put their barrel aged series like maybe 4th or 5th for me personally.
Out of Oregon, you mean?
Just
breweries?
in general. I mean,
But
I don't know.
you mean like, okay, because nationwide, yeah, I would. But there's a lot of breweries that don't submit to
Oh, right,
Yeah.
GABF.
right. No,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. I forget about that.
Ben Brewing won for American Style Lager.
Wow.
Huh. Good for them.
Deschutes Brewery won for Hellas.
Well, of course it did.
Or
That makes sense.
yeah, gold. Oh, sorry, that was silver for Ben Brewing.
Okay, wait.
Man, what a bunch of suckers. They used a Deschutes' house ale yeast for a lager, and they gave them gold.
Wait, so if the Shoots...
Well, there's no California Common.
Oh, okay.
Who are the other
category.
people entering if Deschutes is winning that category? That doesn't make... I mean, because we know all the Oregon breweries that make better beer than that in that category.
But So
I don't know.
So I think I've said this on the show before, but I have come to this epiphany in the last like 2 or 3 years.
Days. What?
Minutes.
Seconds.
Minutes. Yeah.
That, like, having traveled back east a little bit, that our, quote, average breweries are overall across the U.S. good to great. Yeah. And our great breweries are fucking excellent and S tier.
Compared to the rest of the country.
Compared to the rest of the country. But like
Oregon or just Northwest in general.
Right.
West Coast.
Right, yes. Yeah. Like just the
quality of beer off the West
floor,
Coast.
The floor is higher. Yeah. The floor is higher. So it just kind of shrinks everything down together.
You don't have to convince
That's a good point. Like if I go travel to somewhere in Mississippi,
oh god.
I'll be like I'm like expecting like C level beer. That's probably like potentially a B plus, A minus beer
Goose
there,
IPA
right?
and
right
420 pale ale.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some, I mean, there's
their A beer I would
some
call C plus.
Beers
or
out
something.
of New England and
There are definitely regions like that.
Yeah.
Yep. But like even still like I won't say that. I was gonna say that the Northeast is just hoppy beer, but that's not true. They do stouts well. They do mixed culture well.
So I know you've probably had this.
You know what?
How would you say Hanapu from Cigar City? And I'm probably saying it wrong.
Hunapu.
Is that as good as they say it is, or is that just it's that good for that area?
It's that good for that area, and Abraxas is better.
You know what would be fun to do?
Same kind of beer as Abraxas?
Mexican style stout. Yeah,
Okay,
Abraxas is thicker,
badass.
smoother.
Yeah.
Flavors
and cost 4 times more.
We are never gonna ever do this, but you know what would be fun, sort of. I mean, in my mind, but not so much in practice.
Take a road trip.
Find East Coast fresh hops.
Go to the East Coast and find some beer nerds like us and have them
take us to the top 6 or whatever. Yeah,
give us a tour of what is like their best stuff, their best their IPAs,
that'd be awesome.
Barrel aged stouts, all that stuff, and be like, here you go, and it'd be a cool sampling. Because
we need to find the Portland, Maine club podcast, beer club podcast.
You know, I did the other day. You know what? Those guys are assholes.
They have a soundboard. Did you know that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't just play from their phone.
They do this thing called research.
When I was down in Florida, my cousin's husband, he's a beer guy, and he took us to we went to Disney Springs. There's a tap house there, and he knew all the breweries, and he was shelling out like the best stuff up there. And I'm just like,
really,
this is just
not good.
Average. It's average at best.
It's still Disney Springs.
I know. Sure. I feel like that.
Like that's a big barrier right there.
But if he was telling you this is the best,
I would say there was probably at least 25 breweries up on that board, and
there were a couple that you mentioned.
There was even like a couple Oregon breweries or West Coast breweries up there, but
that beer was fresh.
But overall, it was Midwest.
Another
East,
thing.
It was Midwest to East Coast, and it was I didn't have anything that's
that's why I said like I'd love to have like
I
beer
was getting
nerds.
High Life fresh, and it was just like
and I bet even just the color on it, you could tell you weren't gonna like it, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of like beer nerds around us that love East Coast breweries for like New England IPA, and they make, I assume, fantastic New England IPA.
Mm-hmm.
I've not tried a whole lot of it. I've tried some things from like Trillium and whatnot, but that's been several years ago now, so I don't know where that sits.
Where they are now, yeah.
Yeah. And also my tastes have changed, right? I've gotten fucking old, so I don't know.
Yeah, lighter typically.
Yeah, I mean, although we just took down an 18 or 11.8% stout, and it's delicious.
Raved about it.
Like if you can pull a style off well, I feel like you still pulled it off. And
agreed.
Yeah,
do I want to drink this every day? No.
It just feels like it feels like out here, probably because of the culture, that like, just like the floor is higher and you're more likely to. There might be peaks that are higher in the East Coast, and you might find like an amazing like one brewery, but there's only one brewery in this state that does even things that are even good, let alone great. You know what I mean? Where like there might be like 5 or 6 little pinpricks that are 90 out of 100, but then everything else in between is a 10 out of 100.
Well, like you hear about like places like Asheville, which is supposed to be a big.
That was in my mind too. I was going to say that's kind of what I'm getting at.
How many of their beers would you say are really good?
I don't know because they're hyper local.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
have to
town,
trade to
that
get
town,
that.
that town specifically.
And I'll even
have to
shit
trade to
on
get it.
Portland because and I've said it 100 times. We have what? Let's just say 50 breweries in Portland. I would go to 5, and probably no more.
That's because we are, like diva little bitches
We-
about
no,
it.
we are
are.
S-tier drinkers.
We are, and that's
S-tier assholes.
And you know what? I wish I
S-tier
wasn't.
snobs.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't. I wish I could enjoy.
Do you?
Yes.
I don't
A
think you
little
do.
bit.
No,
a little
no,
bit. I do.
I don't.
I do.
wish
a little
I wish
bit.
I could go anywhere and get a beer and enjoy it. But now I go to places and I'm like, fuck, that's all they got. I don't want anything on that menu. And I wish I could just go somewhere and enjoy a beer. And I can't because I've gotten to this point where if it's shit, I know it's going to be shit and I don't want to drink it. I wish I could appreciate shit beer.
Yeah, I'm the. Well, I will say I've gotten to the point now where if it gets there, I'm just gonna have like a Rainier or Olympia,
Yes.
and I'll be.
and
I will enjoy that as you should. That type of beer, I will respect it for what it
I
is.
was out with our family a couple weeks
I don't
ago.
know. Respect's going too far.
And I looked at the beer list and I'm like, and they
Big
have
air
for me,
quotes
for
there.
me.
Big air quotes there.
No, I ordered a Rainier on top of the 6 or 7 craft beers they had because I knew I would enjoy the Rainier better.
Yeah.
I went.
But that's.
I forget where I went. I went somewhere in just barely northeast, right by like Robo Taco, and they had Pallet Jack on, so I got a Pallet Jack, cardboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just old.
Yeah.
Well, or they didn't clean their taps, or
Well, if it's
Correct.
cardboard, it's old. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just off, and I was like, damn it.
Interesting.
I will say this: that Hetty Alice Fresh Hop beer in the glass after that Great Notion barrel aged stout.
Did it kind of kill it?
No, the nose with that beer is excellent.
Oh, okay.
When you get the little bit of the Great Notion nose with that Hetty Alice beer, it's really, really good.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
You can't rinse out.
Nope. I have no water.
I can.
Well, why would you if I just
You
told
wouldn't
you
do
it's
it
great?
wrong. Look at that crystal mold
You're
I
doing
added.
it wrong, Marcus. You're getting rid of what I just told you is really good.
No, it's in my mouth.
Maple IPA.
Yes.
Fresh hop maple donut.
It works.
I'm getting sober. That's for sure.
Why would you let that happen? You've
For
not
sure.
done this show right. Oh my god, I'm gonna open
As
my
he pulls
last
out another beer.
This is, and I talked about this last night. We had this on when we were watching the game. Fresh Catch, hop.
Oh, yeah, from Block
Fresh
15.
hop from Block 15.
Yeah.
I got a little hint of smoke off of this, and I didn't complain about it. But you guys did not get the little hint of smoke.
I didn't.
That I was.
But
talking
you
about.
said you knew what he was talking about.
I
didn't
could see why what you were tasting would taste like smoke, but I wouldn't put it as smoke.
I wouldn't say it's a smoked beer. I'm just saying I got a smoky aftertaste.
I tasted that, but I get that in a decent amount of Block
And I
15
still get
IPAs. I get that in a decent amount of Block 15 IPAs.
On the nose, I'm still getting that stout from Great Notion, and then I drink the beer.
you? Well, yeah, that stout is going to
dominate
stick around.
any glass. You have to rinse your glass on that one.
Oh, you mean like what I just did with that I got chastised for? That? No, is that what you're talking about?
The reason I got chastised because I was telling you that Hetty Alice combo was great, and then you ruined it. That's what I was chastising you about, sir.
Pew, 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 pew.
God,
That's
Sunday.
what she said.
We should have seen if Chad could have came out. It's Sunday. I don't know.
He has to prep for practice tomorrow.
Prep for practice for Monday practice.
That tastes really good after that stout.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
He's putting his kids through suicide wind sprints right now. 4 hours worth on Sunday.
They got an extra
playing
one.
football,
They
this
got an
boy?
extra one because they let 2 go through the infield.
I thought this boy was only doing baseball.
yeah,
he's doing fall ball.
but it's fall ball.
There's how many balls are there? I mean,
Oh,
is
there's
it
balls for all the
is
seasons.
there winter ball baseball?
Yeah,
too?
there's seasonal balls.
seasonal balls.
Just ask Carrie. She has to redecorate for the seasonal balls, right?
Seasonal balls.
Actually, I should ask Beth about that because there were probably some Disney balls. Like in Beauty and the Beast, there's a couple balls that they have, like dance balls.
Are there? Okay.
A third type of ball here. So one more topic, right?
Yeah, there's at least one more.
Is there? What do we?
We didn't talk about Ex Novo getting bought.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, we didn't. So yeah,
Way to not bury the lead there.
that was that went on sale back in March.
Yeah, I knew it was a while, but I didn't know exactly.
I just went. I
So,
went and looked that
6
up.
months. That's
Yeah.
generally
is that
seems
a long-
pretty.
that-
I don't know. It seems quick, but
To me, that seems like a long time. I don't know. If I was in the beer business and I found out that a very successful brewery was going up for sale, I would have jumped all over that shit.
And like turnkey type of deal.
Oh God, yeah. You
I
have
see
to
what you're
change a
saying.
goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
As
why?
where
Although the Beaverton,
where were the
do they actually brew at the Beaverton location?
No.
So they don't. So if you buy the Beaverton location, you're just buying a tap house.
Yes.
Mm.
And a pizza oven.
Yeah.
And a few other
Realistically.
things. Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
what you're buying.
so
but apparently it's done really well for Ex Novo. Like, they've been really happy with the performance of the
and
Beaverton location.
it's really good. Like their
Yeah.
pizzas are better there than at the Portland place, but I would rather go to the Portland place because their kitchen was better. But then they shut down the kitchen, so their smash burger to this day is the best smash burger I've ever had.
You'll never get it. Actually, they're opening the kitchen up again. They're going to do a similar. They're trying to get
I've
all the
heard.
recipes from.
I've heard.
Yeah, they're trying to get the recipes from the original
Nice.
location. So like the beer
And
cheese
if you
soup, the smash burgers, all that stuff.
Keep the same staff,
that
and
soup.
hopefully
Right.
keep
Oh
the
my
same
God,
cooks.
that soup. Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried, but hopefully it works out.
And they're gonna brew their
So it's going to be
What is
called
it?
Lazy Days Brewing.
I swear to God, I've heard of that place before.
No,
They're
That's
brand new.
I swear that it's Away Days. I'm thinking.
No,
of.
I know that.
I'm getting them confused with Away Days.
Yeah, I know Away Days. I could have sworn.
You're thinking of All Day IPA.
That's the most checked into beer and
That's right. On
Untapped.
Untapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I
hope it works
had
out
that
for-
recently. It's so malty.
But so what's the Beaverton location going to have though? Because they don't.
So they're
brew.
going to continue the same menu, exactly the same.
But what are they going to serve for beer?
So they have a contract. So you were just alluding to Beef. They're going to contract brew Ex Novo core beers and have Ex Novo, and then they're going to do some seasonals as well.
Where will those be brewed?
And
Right.
those will be brewed in New Mexico. Oh no, they're going to brew them here.
Where? At a
in
contract
They're
Portland.
going to brew them
In Portland.
in the Portland spot
Yeah.
for the Beaverton spot.
Yeah, for the Beaverton
Well,
and
wait,
Portland
but
spot.
is
But-
it?
and
there will be
I
a-
thought it's two different companies. One bought one and one bought the
No,
other.
no, it's all same.
One
Okay.
place bought both locations.
Both places, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to have reserve taps for Ex Novo. Like, I can't remember, it's like 3 or 4 taps will be like Ex Novo dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll get their core beers and like a seasonal will be on there. And then they'll do Lazy Days beers after that. And that'll be at both the Portland and the Beaverton location. The Beaverton location's still going to do pizzas and like
Yeah.
Detroit style pizza.
My issue is, and I mentioned this yesterday. is
Yeah, it's a fair point.
They're-
They're not adding parking.
the
Son of a bitch.
Ex
They're not adding
Novo's
parking.
Ex Novo's core beers to me weren't great. It was all their off beers.
Well, but I
their
can't-
one-offs that they did that were their best.
I
beers.
asked you
Yeah,
this the
I
other day. I'm
agree.
like, beyond Elliott, what were their core beers?
Cactus wins the lottery. Pearl Haggard.
Pearl
are the
Haggard,
two that
yeah.
I'm
Earl
thinking
Haggard.
of.
Yeah, that was always on.
Yeah.
But like Puff Puff Passion Fruit.
Yeah.
But their
They-
core beers to me were
their dry
like
hop sours. Great.
their core beers to
Regular-
me were like they're rotationals. Like they just came out with new stuff.
they
all
always
the
had
time.
new stuff coming out, which
that's what- yeah.
that's going to go away
I guess, yeah.
because regular. Elliott
I mean, except
to
for
me,
one tap. They're gonna do some seasonals.
I don't
they
think
said.
I can't remember the last time I ordered regular Elliott because it wasn't
Right.
great to me.
Yeah.
You'll
was
do
just-
that now when you go to Beaverton.
or duo. What's the duo one they have?
Oh, yeah.
Dynamic duo. It's
Yeah,
not
something like
dynamic.
that.
There's
And
something
I know what
like
you're
that.
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
The 2-hop
Yeah.
IPA, malt bomb IPA.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's cool that they're keeping it. Hey, it's
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
that they're keeping it, and I'm excited.
Maybe
that
we'll get some New Mexico
if-
one-offs up
if
here
the
or
pizzas,
cans.
well, and if the food stays the same out in Beaverton, that's great.
Yeah, that
'Cause it's,
pizza's
Yeah.
it's a
fabulous.
good pizza.
Yeah, and hey, I'll tell you what, guys. If you live in New Mexico and you're listening, you're in for some goddamn good beer because you won.
You won.
By us losing Ex Novo, you won. So,
Yeah. But maybe, I don't. Lazy Days says they're going to focus on 4 to 6% beers, so lower ABV.
Why?
That's what they said. I didn't ask.
Sounds lazy.
I just
to
read
me.
the article.
Lazy days.
Well, so it actually sounds harder.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, that
yeah.
just means no barrel aged stuff, or
Yeah,
You
you
can
probably
barrel
lose
age a saison.
Actually, that's a good point. We'll probably lose out on the Ex Novo seasonal barrel aged stuff.
Not that I wasn't a huge fan of Ex Novo's barrel aged series, but
Oh, okay,
I know Chad-
give me more mushroom stout, please.
Okay. Next month, you're getting it. It's coming.
That's what I say to that.
It's coming, and it's not going to be a mystery beer. You're just going to have to drink it.
It's gonna be the non-mystery funnel beer of the week
Funkles.
of the month,
Yeah, that's right.
week month.
Well, guys, anything else we have to talk about here? Or is this the end of the show?
Already?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Hour and a half.
Yeah. Hour
been talking.
45.
We did the thing.
Yeah, hour and a
I
half.
mean, we're no Portland, Maine podcast, but we did okay.
Portland
I feel
Maine
like.
Beer. That's actually kind of a cool name.
Portland, Maine beer?
Portland Maine Beer Club podcast. I mean, it's a lot of letters, but
It needs more adjectives.
It needs more words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Here's a question. Here's a question.
Really?
If this was your you can't hurt my feelings.
If this
'cause
was your podcast.
if this would have been your podcast, what would you have called it? What would be a better name? Because I've thought about this. I know Portland Beer Club podcast is a dumb name. I know that, but I couldn't think of anything better at the time, and I just wanted to get it up and running.
Oh,
so
this is definitely going to be good for air on
you
air.
won't hurt my
discussion.
feelings. You won't hurt my feelings. What would be a better name? What would you have called your own beer podcast?
podcast this beer.
Beer, beef, and friends. I don't know.
I'm just like riffing off all the ones that I know. Don't stop beer casting yourself.
The Beerless Podcast.
The beer, yeah, right.
I mean, obviously, like Hopcast would have been cool, but I think it's been taken 15 times.
Right, yeah. I listened to one called Tap Lines. Like that's kind of a cool, yeah.
Beer O'Brien needs a friend.
Beer O'Brien. Beerless.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I just said beerless. God. All right. Well, I think we've got that covered. We're going to rename the podcast.
Listeners,
get ready for the rename podcast.
Comment on the YouTube video of what you would call this podcast.
Yeah.
After commenting on,
and if we choose it, we will maybe say your username on air if we remember.
And we'll be sure to put up another very sexy picture of the three of us, like last month's show, laying on the grass.
Nobody's going to comment then. That's it.
That's another episode of the Portland Beer Club podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Untapped, and check out our website at www.portlandbeerclubpodcast.com.